God, shoot me down, man. Where's a gun? Where's Martha at? Give me damn Martha. Where's damn Martha? She's never around when she needs you. I don't know what that was.
The audience loved it. I'll have you know, Joseph.
The audience is committing suicide. What are you talking about? I'm seeing videos of him jumping over bridges and shit. Was that just? No, I'm just giving Jay a hard time. What? It reminds you of what? Oh, you mean Mars Attacks? No, that song was horrible. No wonder the aliens' heads would explode. You seen Mars Attacks, haven't you, Jay? Jay.
Sorry, I was on another page. I had to turn the song kept on going. I thought I turned autoplay off, but it kept on going.
Hey, how you doing? What are you talking about? Oh no, Denise, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's probably in one of my playlists somewhere.
It's Marty Robbins, El Paso. He also did a very cool song called A White Sport Coat and a Pink Carnation about being stood up for the prom. It's very good.
Yes.
Didn't happen to me, but you know.
Who wants to go to nasty prom anyway, man? Well, I got in trouble because I had 3 dates from one prom.
Hey, look, we went.
What? My fault.
Listen, my friend Kiet and I, we went with our dates. His date actually became his wife. My date, we were just friends. And anyway, we went to a Chinese restaurant and we asked for champagne. I was 16, Kiet was 16, and the waiter, who was Vietnamese, asked us for our IDs. We were like, "Here you go," and he's like, "Okay." So we got champagne at the age of 16 from the nice Vietnamese connection at the restaurant.
Nothing wrong with a little champagne. No, Denise,
yeah,
that's excellent. Denise was trying to figure out a title of a song that was kind of like that one. It's kind of like that, but that's the Beatles, man. It's Rocky Raccoon. You're thinking of it. That's what you're thinking of.
Rocky Raccoon's a cool song, but there are also 3 versions of that song. He wrote 3. It's a triptych, a ballad, 3 ballads he wrote, all based on the El Paso theme. And it's Marty Robbins. If you like, you can look him up and listen to his songs. He's a pretty good ballader.
Why are you talking about stuff? Maybe later on I'll play. I don't know. We'll either be playing Christmas. This time of year, pretty much, you're gonna hear a lot of Christmas music. Yeah, you'll hear a lot of that. You might hear some hard rock every once in a blue moon, but all the good rock we get bounced for. And one of the good Christmas songs we got popped for the other day. YouTube is a pain in the ass about that stuff. Facebook goes and comes. Sometimes they're upset about it. Sometimes they're not. And we also pay ASCAP. So Facebook, even if they pull it down, put it back up. YouTube just has their rules, and they want you to abide by those rules. No, I know what you mean. She's a mosh pit. Oh God, come on, I'm old. I don't remember what mosh pits are.
Oh, I went to school in Savannah, Georgia. Savannah, Georgia had a very hip, very cool night scene. Lots of good electronic rock and roll bands. Most of them were my friends. Most of them were different bands that my friends would like. It was like musical chairs. 4 of my friends were in this band, and then 2 of those guys were in this band, and then 2 of them were from this band. Everybody played in everybody's band. And to get to the bathroom at the Velvet Elvis, we actually literally had a bar called the Velvet Elvis. It's now called the Rex or something like that now. But they had this like enormous, I mean, it was like 48 feet high Velvet Elvis painting and right over the stage where the bands would play. And behind the stage was where the restrooms were. And in front of the stage was where the mosh pit was. And then there was the bar here and seats over there. So there was just like a shotgun old building straight back. You had to fight the mosh pit to go to the bathroom. And it was like most of my friends and I, we would drink, 8, 9, 10 beers and hold it until we couldn't stand it anymore. Like, all right, I'm fighting the mosh pit. It was ridiculous just to watch our friends play music.
Well, Randy, when I there weren't really mosh pits when I went into the Navy. When I came out, there was.
Oh, they were huge in the 80s, dude.
So when I came out of it, and a couple of times we ran into one while I was in the Navy. I mean, I was big, 195 pounds, solid muscle, special forces trained. Not exactly somebody you want in a mosh pit with you. Oh yeah, I had one of my stepkids, that old man were with me one night. We were marching. I just started tossing people out the pit. He was laughing his nuts off. I was having a good old time. No, you know, it's not. It really wasn't for me. No, I've been in like 6 or 7. I mean, not one time did I actually go to get in one. One time I was coming back from the bathroom and there was just a monster one in the middle of the floor. You kind of had to march your way to the other side. You didn't really have a choice. And a couple of times, you know, people were doing things. Hey, come get this, Joe, right in the middle of the thing, you know, handing you alcohol out or something. Yeah, they say you can't bring alcohol to concerts, but every concert I ever went to, I had alcohol. Yes. Don't ask things you don't want to know about, I'm sure.
Most of the venues I saw concerts at, you could purchase alcohol there, but for the most part, we usually brought it with us. There's a very cool place down in Maryland called Merriweather Post Pavilion. It's still going. They don't do as many concerts as they used to. I think they only operate in the summer anyway. It's an outdoor venue, but the parking lot it's in the woods. You bring, we went and saw Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, and Howe there. It's basically Yes, the core members of Yes, minus a couple of dudes who are being pissy Annie. But like three or four cars of my friends from high school, we drove down the back roads, Maryland 29 to Baltimore to get to this place. And we parked next to each other, opened up I had a station wagon. I had my mom's station wagon. We opened up the back. Boom. We had one of those rumble seat things back there, and like, I don't know, 6, 7 cases of beer. And we just drank and smoked until it was time to go watch the band. It was fantastic. And it's still like that. You can still do that.
Every party anywhere in this country. The whole country is a bunch of alcoholics. Yes, just they are. Anyway, we're gonna get to the news in a minute, but well, dude, I was raised in New Orleans. Alcoholics down here are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere, and some people are functional alcoholics, and some are just alcoholics.
Yeah.
No, they're functioning alcoholics.
I'm Irish. We not only like the one of the number one alcoholic breeds on the planet. We invented whiskey. That's not a boast. That's actual factual history. We invented whiskey.
Jimmy, you'd have to ask the manager if we could do a show like that. Yes, because that sounds a bit on the racist side a little bit.
A show like what?
He said he wants to see a white person do a show on defending the white race.
Yeah.
I don't think you can come out on a show like that anyway it goes. And
you're not going to come out on,
and frankly, I don't think the whitey tight.
There's a lot of bad history and bad blood between all races still.
No, I don't think they needed to. No, there's always going to be hate. Wait, you want to know who hates white people the most? Old white liberal women
and Chinese people.
No, Chinese people love us. They move here about 1,000 every year. It's we're the number one destination for Chinese to move to is the United States. Matter of fact, we're the number one destination for both tourism and to move here.
I was just guessing because they're the most populous race. They've got to, like it's like in America, it's white people are the dominant,
yeah,
demographic. So where the most people of us are in jail, and most people of us have done, crimes. It's just logical.
Yeah, but Denise, white people are actually a minority worldwide. No, there's not even a billion of us. No, like 900, 890 million or something.
We're outnumbered, I think, 3-1 by the Indians and the Chinese. They're basically all Asian. They're from the same continent. So.
Yeah. Well, Asia, you have to remember, Asia has India and China on it. That's almost 3 billion people, right?
And there. Russia.
And Russia, but Russia's only got 180 million people. But still,
though, I mean, it's a.
And I don't even know if they got that anymore because they've been saying people are leaving.
It's the hardest territory to keep in control and have the whole thing at once to collect them 7 points at the end of the round. It's a tough territory.
Well, these days, Russia's it's a mess, and we got some news on that. We're going to talk about that in the show in a little while. They got the Ukraine just basically took a pie, grabbed Putin by the back of his head, took a pie, and smashed his face into it.
Well, I think Volodymyr Zelensky got his pie faced a little bit too. But 2 or 3 of his cabinet members had to step down out of $100 million scheme to steal money from the energy system, something to that effect.
What is that?
From the nuclear energy system, that is.
Why does that not surprise me? Gene, none of that stuff ever surprised me. Well, this did kind of right here. So I'm getting ready to set up the show. I'm doing some stuff. This pops up on my screen. Off-duty pilot tried to turn off engines in midair after taking magic mushrooms. Thought he was trapped in a dream or was already dead. Yes.
Why didn't someone just stand up and slap him? I mean, come on.
It said he tried to shut down the plane's engines mid-flight after a mental crisis. That's what they're calling it. Court documents detail how he has set up a nonprofit about mental health and aviation. So now he's going to make money. So he's been charged with 83 counts of attempted murder. I guess
that's how many persons are on board, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So 83 counts of attempted murder after trying to shut down plane engines mid-flight. Oh,
I'm assuming
man.
he got into the cockpit because he knows the codes how to get into them.
He did something and said the cockpit. Let's see, Joe Simmons was traveling in the cockpit jump seat as a passenger on board.
Oh, because he works for the airlines.
Yeah,
he was already there.
He was in the cockpit tripping on mushrooms. Oh man, give me a break, man.
Was he in DC?
No, Alaskan Airlines flight 2059. About 48 hours earlier, he had taken magic mushrooms, doing a remembrance gathering for his best friend, a fellow airline pilot who suddenly died from a heart problem. Yeah, from taking magic mushrooms.
Taking magic mushrooms and turning his fucking plane off.
Shit, man, come on. And we're all worried about the air traffic controllers. Fuck no, we're gonna worry.
This can't be real. You made this up. This can't be real.
Man, this is fucking hilarious shit. What airline was this, by the way? Oh, Alaska.
Wow. Well, he's out of a job, clearly.
Yeah, I'm a mad. Well, he's probably going to jail.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't know how long you get because.
Did it say what airline he works for? God, I hope not.
This was an Alaska Airlines flight, 259. That was the flight.
He's an Alaska Airlines. Well, he's a former Alaska Airlines pilot, I'm assuming.
Yes, I'm assuming that too. What's that, Jeffrey? No, man. I mean, he's crazy.
That's nuts. No, that's absolutely. That's what in the business. If you're an actual psychologist, he would be diagnosed with. He's fucking nuts. That's crazy stuff to do. Turn off.
I just when I read it, when I read it, I was like, wow, mid-flight. So how did he get in the cockpit? And then I'm thinking, then it said magic mushrooms. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
So 83 people on board. It can't be a puddle jumper. So I'm thinking it's got to be something like a 707, 727, 737.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's
something like a tiny slender body, three engine jet.
No, it might have been a 727 or something like that, or even a bigger one, just low in passengers. Because sometimes when I fly back from Cali, it's still one of the big jets. It's just nobody on board. Last time, it didn't matter where you sat. It was just comfortable, man. I mean, and then so I went and sat on the other side where they had the 3 seats in a row and just took 3 seats and went to sleep, man. I snuggled out. I was comfortable. Everybody did, really. It was kind of a nice flight. It just, late in the evening, coming back into New Orleans on the weekend, nobody was coming in. Every time I go to Jack? Every time I go to Cali, the plane is packed.
I remember the days of flying when you could walk to Washington National Airport, which is now Reagan National Airport. You could walk right up to it, walk straight in. Nobody stopped you. There was no line to get into. There was no gray bucket. There was no bunch of idiots in gray uniforms waiting for you to take your shoes off.
But you got to do that no more. You have to take your shoes off.
You could carry a knife. If you had a permit, carry a gun. If you did it correctly, you could put it in your, bag, your checked on baggage the correct way. You check it at the gate when you go to get your tickets and all that. It was all, and you can still do that today, by the way. And every time I go to the airport, I kind of hate doing it because once you check one, they always check you. So you usually get extra scrutiny every time you go, even if you didn't check one. It kind of sucks. But you can walk into any airport 50 years ago with a hunting knife this big on your hip, and no one would say a goddamn thing to you.
I've traveled with mine a couple of times, and what I do is just to screw with them, I leave the little orange tag in there from each time I travel. So there's like 9 tags or 10 tags in there now. So
you know what those tags are, right? They're radioactive. They
so they scan them. Yeah, they scan them so they know what's in there, so they don't have to open a suitcase.
Yeah.
And so the guy, I just had a 380 with me. One of the ones that's in that song that what's his name wrote about me. And I'm out there and open up because they make you open up the airport so they can look at it and stuff. Make sure there's no bullets in the chamber. They
Yeah.
don't, and for some reason it's different. Some airlines will let you travel with ammo, some will not. So
The ammo has to be in a separate bag.
yeah, and usually they
Maybe
won't
the
let
same
you.
bag together.
So, but usually they won't. See, your gun can go in your luggage where it's not pressurized, but they don't like putting ammo in non-pressurized places.
Usually it's in your take-on. Yeah, I brought my magazines with me on the plane because they're useless.
So and it's a little different for different airlines. You never know exactly how it's going to work out. But so then a couple of times later, I had Martha with me. Martha's like a little mini cannon. She looks like a little mini cannon. It's only a 9mm. It's not spectacular. And but it looks
I have a Beretta, and it's also 9mm, but it looks like a cannon.
Yeah, that's right. It looks like a cannon. So I open it up, and it's as big as the case. And the guy's like, "Jesus Christ, man!" And it's got 2 clips in it that are like this long, right? And he's like, "He said, can I ask you where you're going?" I said, "I'm going to Cali." He started laughing.
Oh,
he goes,
here you go.
He goes, you can't hit a big clips out there. I said, "No, I'm actually going to DC." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You taking these to DC?" I said, "Yeah, I'll feel better if I have a couple extra 50-round clips." But one in the gun, 2 in the seat, one on the seat, have 100 rounds just ready to go. I mean, 200 rounds just ready to go.
If I have my my shoulder rig, I have a shoulder harness for my Beretta, and it has 2 magazines, so that's 3. Then I have a military style web belt that holds 4 more. So if I fill it all the way up, I can walk around with 4, 6, 7 total 7 magazines.
They got what's that, James? I have 1,000 rounds in clips. Yeah, ranging from anywhere from 19 rounds to 50 rounds. And I like my 31 round clips because they only stick out the gun about this much. And
mine are all 15. It's all the same number. I don't have to think, oh, which one do I want to shoot today? Do I want to shoot the small one or the big one? No, I just grab the next one off the line. Boom. Bam, 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 bam.
It depends where I'm going. See, that's what determines what I'm carrying with me. So when I'm going out to the swamp, I had the big rounds with me, the big clips. And all the clips don't all have the same ammo in them. They all have different ammo. Some are mixed rounds. There's a couple of clips I have it's 4 different rounds. So it's bam, 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 and then it starts again, bam, 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 and that way ain't nothing getting away from you.
Yeah, Joe. What the good thing about carrying like 9 or 10 or 12 magazines that are all the same, they eventually get lighter.
They get lighter. They're all gonna get lighter when you start shooting them.
Once you shoot them, they start getting lighter.
They're all gonna get lighter when they start shooting them. I have seen a barrel. A friend of mine's got a 500 round 9mm barrel and a 500.
The ones you got to spin the springs and it has the coils on. I've seen those.
Yeah, it's a little round. It looks like a Tommy gun thing. It's fat.
Well,
it's big around.
Actually, kind of looks like
a clip on it.
It actually kind of looks like the handgun has a set of nuts on it, but it's
well, these look like them little fat ones you would see on like a M3 or M16 or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because they're fat like this and this big around, and then they're 500 rounds, and they just
2 drums that kind of rotated.
You can't shoot 500 rounds out of your 9mm, even if it's Army giving it to you. You got to stop somewhere along the line. You got to melt the freaking barrel. Oh yeah, dude, you can't just even big guns like 50mm, 60mm, or M60 or M50.
Well, you can't just M249 saw gun. It's a squad operate. That's what saw means: squad attack weapon or squad assault weapon. And there's 3 guys operating. There's the gunner, and then there's 2 barrelmen, and there's 2 dudes that run with the dude that carry extra ammo, and each one of them carries a barrel. So the guy who's operating the gun, when he goes and melts the barrel, one of the dudes on his left right comes by and goes chick and pulls it off, and the other dude puts one on.
Well, the first thing they did the first time we set up to shoot M60s in the Navy was they blew the barrel off the damn thing. They just held it until it blew the barrel off, which was about 2 boxes of ammo. I think it was about 2,000 rounds per box or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It just melted it, and it was still shooting even as the barrel was melting and falling over. And then they finally stopped because it was getting blowback. I mean, it wasn't like somebody was holding the trigger; they had something pulling the trigger back. But it was interesting to watch. But they wanted you to learn how to, because you have to shoot in spurts. They just wanted you to get the idea. And even in the big guns on board the ships, No, Jack, not the phalanx. No, it's air cooled. It's got a cooling system. That's why the bitch can just go and pop out 50,000 rounds. Yes, because it's got a cooling system of its own. I don't look anything else. that many rounds, and they're not little rounds; they're big whopping rounds.
20 millimeter.
It's not like you shooting some little
It's
BB
like
out of
bigger
there.
than your thumb, dude. It's huge.
So Jeffrey, I bet you $50 you don't know what the most dangerous round ever is, and it's not going to be what you think it is.
Depleted uranium.
Unless you're an old schooler and understand.
Depleted uranium, I would say.
It's killed more things than anything on the planet. Yes,
Depleted uranium.
legitly. Nope. It's only this big.
BB?
It's a 22 long.
22 long rifle. That can't. Oh, well, Mafia hit.
22 long. They've been used for all kind of assassinations, all kind of other type of killings. At 22 long or 22 long with a hollow point, it makes just big enough hole to let you bleed to death.
The M16 technically is a 22 caliber weapon.
It's
It is.
But they meet people. Look, when I heard it, I was kind of like, "What? I've been shot with one there, man. You can walk away. And what the hell is that?" No, we used to get 22 longs with rat shot in them, and so it's like a plastic film coating on the top.
I've
You
seen
can
them.
push it
I
with
have
your
some for my
finger.
38s. Yeah, it's got PBs in it, like a shotgun shell.
It's these were just like little flakes of metal. I don't know what the hell they were actually. And no, I got hit.
Machettes is what they call them.
Me and a friend of mine was messing around, and I got hit in the left leg. Just kind of splattered down. No, it wasn't like anything like that. Oh, it stung like. It didn't hurt as much. I got shot in the leg, in my right leg with rock salt one time out of a 12 gauge. That shit hurt. Oh, there was like 5 of us. We was cutting through this old man's field, and he just come out there. Oh no, when it went into the skin, that hurt. What hurt was dissolving that shit out of your skin and pulling it out of there. That salt all up in your blood and shit. That shit hurt, yeah. Many days I thought about going there and whooping his ass for that. Yeah, it was our fault. He had warned us before if we kept doing it, he was going to do it. Shit, I think he even warned our parents and stuff. Yeah, well, live and learn. Yeah, live and learn. And, it's just one of those things. But it's like the airline pilot. I mean, so this guy, he's hopping a plane, going home, going wherever. I guess, a couple of days early, he's doing his shrooms. He's saying, man, what kind of shrooms he had? He was high for 48 hours. I mean, high enough for 48 hours to try to
freak out on a plane, which is his job.
I've done shrooms, and I ain't never done no shrooms like that. Oh, hell no.
He must have been doing something else on top of that.
I mean, maybe if he was doing some of that sunshine acid from Vietnam or something.
Acid might last 15 to 24 hours, sure. And if you keep drinking orange juice, you can keep it going.
Actually, we could get like they used to get this sugar cube acid. Sonny used to make it from Smithroyd, and man, you take one of those, you were high at least 48 hours, sometimes 50 or 60. I mean, it would just rip you up. He said it was because it was 2 drops of Sunshine 74. He said it was the original Vietnam formula. Don't ask me. All I can tell you is you tripped, you know what's off. Oh, yeah, because we sat outside one night with a bunch of like 80 people and almost got our butts whipped because all of a sudden, nobody knew who anybody was. It was a big party. And everybody tripped at this. It was freaky. And then a bunch of us piled in my car, in my truck, and hauled ass. And then I thought we was cruising and the lights coming off the thing make like a little spiral thing coming down. It's like it's following you down the highway. So we think we're cruising, right?
Yeah, 32 miles an hour.
We weren't even doing that. We were doing like 18 on interstate, no less. I was like, geez.
Whoa, that's going to get you killed.
So then I said, okay, we're getting off interstate. We're getting on the highway where it was only 45. So at least we could fight. And we did. We put it all the way back to the house. And then, it was insane. I mean, we was ripped for a couple of days. I was like,
yeah, I don't think I'd want to drive if I was on acid.
I don't think we had a choice, actually. Or at least we didn't. We didn't think. Oh no, people! We're talking like long time ago.
My roommate. This is a long time ago for me. In the 80s, my roommates, my friend and his roommate and I, we all took. I think he called it UFO. And it had this paper acid that had UFOs on it.
Yeah, I've seen those actually.
And and there's like like a bluish purplish background with like these bluish purplish lines of UFOs drawn on it. And he said it was double dip, so I took 2, and one dude took 1, and my other friend Mark took 1.5. and we rode our bikes from the dormitory uphill in Connecticut. I think it was 7 miles from the dormitory, their dormitory, to the mall. And by the time we got to the top of like the 7th hill, I looked down and the goddamn blacktop turned to like lava. I mean, it started like going bloop, 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 like bubbling, like literally like it was boiling. Like, shit, guys, we gotta go.
What do you mean? No, we're not telling you should go out and do acid. Who the hell said that? No, indeed. No.
It was all
Acid
three
is
of us.
not for
We
everybody.
all had the same stupid idea. So we're like, okay, go, boom, and like, all right, you ready? No, let's wait an hour. Okay, it's been an hour and 15 minutes. Let's go, boom. And the time we got to the top of like the highest hill, we all stopped and we all decided to lose it. And we pedal our asses off to like the next 4 miles.
Yeah, all that blood pumping, all that shit through all your body.
Oh yeah, I saw the ground start to bubble. I'm like, holy shit!
What do you mean? What does tripping on acid have to do with Epstein and Trump? Maybe Trump was tripping. Maybe somebody slipped him a Mickey, baby. Maybe somebody slipped him a Mickey, baby.
Oh, he is actually tripping because Trump has. It was more than 16 minutes ago, but while we were in the show Church of Mavis just before this, right at the end of the show, so like about 9:45 ish, Trump put out the order to Pam Bondi. They're going to investigate William Clinton.
Pam, baby, come take me now. See, I can't talk dirty about her because my niece is named Pam and my mom was named Pam.
He's going after Bill Clinton, dude.
Yeah, go.
I would not want her to come after me.
Oh, gonna get me some clickings, baby. Gonna get me some clickings. You see, but my problem is that I like
Bill. I was walking in DC, just walking to the museums, and she came down walking at a fast pace with a handful of papers on a clipboard towards me. I would probably surrender right then.
So anyway, Jeff. Now we like to talk a little bit. Well, sometimes we start right out with the news, but hello there, evil one. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. There's evil in the house now. Y'all just better chill. So anyway, getting back to what we were talking about. So, Bill Clinton, unfortunately, he's in the emails. He's all over the place. And one kid came out and said, "Oh, Daddy took me and spanked my little hiney when I was 13 in Germany." I was like, "Wow, Bill. I mean, I knew he was a perv, but 13, give me a break." And then come on, I guess you couldn't tell Epstein to take your big portrait down of you in a dress in his house. Why you would want to see that ugly ass is beyond me, but that's an ugly picture. That's like that picture with Obama sitting on the throne. I was like, wow. People, them two pictures of Michelle and Obama were ugly. And I don't personally have anything.
I didn't really care for the video of like Michelle Obama dancing, and it looked like she was packing a 9-incher. It was kind of nasty.
Jay, shame on you. You can't say them kind of things. A 9-incher. He's talking about a pistol, people, not the kind you put bullets in, though. Okay.
Yeah. No.
This is my gun.
Yeah. This is my gun. This is my rifle. This is for fighting. This is for fun.
Yeah, y'all ain't never seen what's the damn name of that movie now? Full Metal Jacket. Y'all ain't never seen that movie? People, you're missing a good movie. Be sure
this is my rifle. This is my gun. This is for fighting. This is for fun.
If you decide to watch if you watch Full Metal Jacket, I guarantee you'll enjoy the movie. But be sure you watch the whole movie, because if you don't, you're going to miss a lot of stuff. Because the movie's a little deceptive, kind of in the middle, and so let's just say it's a little bit shocking if you've never seen it before. It's still pretty shocking if you've seen it before. It's a badass
It's
movie.
Probably one of Stanley Kubrick's best movies.
It's a damn good movie. I mean, the first time I watched it, I was like, what did I just watch?
The first like 15, 20 minutes of it is mostly unscripted.
What's that? When is that, Denise? No, I killed 900 people in Vietnam. I'm just kidding. I was never in Vietnam. I'm not that old. Thank you. No, yeah, and fuck you too. How's that? No, really, I'm not that old. No, I knew a lot of people in Vietnam, and a good friend of mine. We'll take a little story hour here for a minute. So a friend of mine, David, I was living in this place called Fat City in Louisiana, in Metairie, right? It's called Fat City. It was just a place with nothing but clubs and restaurants. That's all it was. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's how Louisiana rolls. So we used to go in there and party all the time. Well, I met this guy, David, at a club, and we became friends. Now, he was in Vietnam for 3 terms. He did almost 6.5 years in Laos, which, by the way, we weren't even supposed to be in Laos. Their job was to go in behind enemy lines, kill people in the middle of the night, and come home every night. That's what they did. And they would take the weekends off, or sometimes they'd take the weekdays off. But they did it. That's what they did the whole entire time they were there. All of them had their own little Vietnam girlfriend over there. They were all doing drugs out the bleeping, yin yang. But long story short is Dave and his friend Sid took a liking to me because I looked like some little guy that they tried to save in Vietnam who wouldn't listen and got his, blown off. Well, the average in Vietnam, for the average person coming fresh out of New Orleans off the boat and into the field was 18 seconds. They said if you made it past the first minute, odds are you would probably make your time there. The place was dangerous. But not as dangerous as Chicago or New York, but still dangerous.
No. Hell, I mean, Chicago is, I don't think they have it yet, but they're fixing to get the National, not the National Guard, but aren't they going to send some more troops over there? Or are they still?
Well, they got ICE and they got ICE in there, and they got some other people.
They're saying they're getting ready to go. I think.
No, they arrested 600 people, and the fucking judge is telling them to let them go.
Yeah. What's funny about that same judge who he ordered 600 of the people that they arrested within like his jurisdiction, but then he ordered like 345 other people.
Nobody, fucking Sharia law
from another jurisdiction that's not under his jurisdiction. So like, whatever, dude. I think the whole thing's like a bunch of shit. He's going to get that turned down. Hey, Dolly.
The other day, a guy goes. He said, why do you people in the South don't worry about things? I said, because out of the 500 million guns in the United States, he said, yeah, 400 million of them in the South. He's like, what? I said, all the ammo that goes with them. I said, people, we were armed. Come on, people. I just told y'all, I've got 1,000 rounds in clips already ready to go, plus another 2,000 rounds in a handbag for the 9. And then from my other 2, I've also got ammo, about 1,500 rounds for each one. What do you mean, man? When end times come, I ain't going to be playing with you people. No.
I didn't tell the audience about how much any of my magazines carried. I just
carried
7 or 8 or 9 of them.
All he knows, we just soon shoot you and send you to Jesus, buddy. Let Jesus sort it out. That's his job.
Here's one thing I will say about handguns and self-defense and trying to survive in a world where it's looking pretty violent. If you have to use your handgun, just remember this: if you're not shooting, you should be reloading. If you're not reloading, you should be moving. If you're not moving, you should be behind cover. Win at all costs, cheat if necessary. Those are the rules of the game. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. What's up, Casey? Staying out of trouble, I think. I mean, I doubt that. No, Jeffrey, I mean, everybody, I don't want to say everybody down here carries a gun, but just about everybody carries a gun down here.
And they all
you do know, like, the majority of people in the military are from the South and the heartland, right? Even though California and New York have huge populations, they ain't backing that much military. Now, there's a lot of military bases in California, yes, but not everybody is from California.
This is where what was the Civil War about? This is where this argument comes into play a lot, because everyone says, "Oh, what's the Civil War about?" It was about slavery. It wasn't. It was actually about agriculture, and it was the North was worried if the South, the agricultural half, the textiles, everything that made up the North came from the South: food, clothing, just about everything. The only thing that they didn't do was industrial. That was all the North. So guns and bullets and all that was the rail systems. All of that, what became the United States, was basically, the industrial part was the North. Well, if those two had bifurcated, we'd be two different types of countries now. That's what it was about. And towards the end, the southern states had already released most of their slaves. Most of the slaves were already fighting for their side, the southern side, before the end of the war. And at the end of the war, almost all of the northern states didn't free their slaves until at least 10 years later. So that's the really main reason. But the South did it right. They were smart. All the Southerners gunned
fucking
up.
Democrats.
And still to this date, if you look, most of the gun manufacturing, except for like maybe Taurus, which is in Florida, all the handgun manufacturers are like in Boston on up.
Yeah, not anymore though. No, not
Well, for
anymore.
the
They're
most
not.
part, they still are. I
Well,
mean,
no, that's not what I mean. All the
it's-
companies that are owned are still up there, but now they have big places down here that make the guns. Look, Texas has 4 or 5 places that build guns.
what I'm trying to get across is that the southern part of the country got smart and they gunned up before they had the factories, so that if they couldn't build the factories to make their own weapons, eventually you could get your own. So that's what balanced the country out, and we've lost that balance, and we're fighting over stupid stuff like, should a man transition as a woman and then go and expose itself unchecked in a woman's locker room? No, I think that's bullshit. It's absolute nuts, and we're still seeing it. There was a black woman who went up against a liberal California, I think it was a representative, not a senator, and confronted him about her being confronted with a naked man transitioning into a woman, walking around naked in her gym locker. And her argument was well thought out, and she was fantastically funny, but serious at the same time. I mean, the audience started to boo, and she stands up and goes, "Look, I'm a black woman and I'm gay, and I don't want a woman man thing in my bathroom." And she was right. Why she
Yeah, but you got to remember, a lot of straight women would consider the gay woman the same as the man.
Well, they're stupid.
No, because they like women, which means they could be oogling in while they're in the bathroom.
Okay, well,
so it's the same thing.
That's the whole story out of context.
Not for me, it's
if
not.
You add a little context, though. Let's add some context to it, though. The trans woman man thing. I forget his actual real name. Its female transition name is Alexis. His ex-wife, who divorced him after he beat her so bad that he shattered her jaw. Lower jaw, like compound fracture. Compound fracture is very bad. She had to have reconstructive surgery.
Yeah.
So she divorced the husband. The husband is now transitioning under the ex-wife's first name, Alexis, and they have a restraining order against each other. There's your context right there. It's not a woman. It's a sexual predator pretending to be a woman so he can get into the women's room and rape somebody.
Because it's a thing. No, Di, what's one of my favorite videos is when Russia and China is invading in the Gulf, and they're rushing in through Texas and the Gulf and all along the Gulf Coast. And then you see a bunch of trucks out there, NASCARs and guys with shotguns and rifles. And then they cut to the scene, the National Guard and the Army and the Air Force all parachuting in and landing, and they're looking for the enemy, and they're just sitting there with a beer, and all they find is beer cans and shotgun shells and dead Russians. And one guy screaming, "Where were y'all? Invasion's over with, man." Like, that's about how I'd be down here too. It would be, because one, I wouldn't want to fight Texans on Texan soil.
No,
because they're gonna know their way around. And I definitely don't want to come down to Louisiana or Mississippi, get up in the swamp and try to go killing country boys and coon asses. That's just suicidal. That's just firebomb the whole place, which ain't gonna kill them anyway because they're just going on the ground. But still, no, coon asses are like rats, man. They're hard to kill. Yes, they are. What do you mean? You talking about them hillbillies? They hard to kill too. Them rednecks, they hard to kill too.
Rednecks is hard to kill.
What, it's it'd be a mess. Jackie, I got a lot of friends in Pennsylvania, not including hosts, and they remind me more like Southerners than most people I meet from up north. Well, they just got an attitude like, fuck you.
I'm from Maryland, which is the first technical southern of the southern states, and I'm in Pennsylvania now.
Still don't understand how Maryland gets to be a southern state. Maryland, we should just burn at the cross and be done with it.
Hey, you know what? 50% of Maryland, 50% of Virginia, 50% of South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, 50% of Florida, 50% of Mississippi. Let me see. So Alabama, 50% of Alabama, and Tennessee. All of the states in the southern and northern part of the war, 50% of both states fought on both sides. So it really doesn't matter if you're southern or
hey,
northern.
Chris, how you doing, sweetie?
Split down the middle. My mom did research on that, and she was shocked. I was like, "No way! There's no way that happened." And we looked it up, and she's right. 50%.
Yeah, because a lot of it got broke up by families. Yeah, well, a lot of it got broke up by families because you had family groups together, and when they said brothers literally fought against brothers, sometimes they were right, but most of the time the family would just pick a side and stay on that side. What do you mean, Denise? Why did the South lose the war? Because Lincoln declared the slaves independent. And on top of that, that's not what cost them the war. What
No.
cost
It's
them the
because
war?
the Germans
Let me
bombed
finish.
Pearl
Let me finish.
Harbor.
No, that's not got anything to do with that. It's no. So what happened is what was the French and the English pulled out back because they were back in the South. South actually was going to win this war. They had brought in, the Europeans wanted the South to win. They didn't want the North to win. I really think they were going to try to let the South win and then do some type of reunification under a different type of government. I don't know what it would have been. No, it wouldn't have been a communist or socialist. I can tell you that. I don't know the socialism. When we're talking about plantation owners, there were Democrats. Yeah, y'all didn't know that, did y'all? Yeah, they were Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, they're the same people who voted against freeing the slaves.
Well, in the Revolutionary War, I know wasn't Washington. He was a Whig, which became the Democratic Party, and I know everybody then was at least at some point had some sort of at least an acres or more worth of farming that they all did. I mean, Thomas Jefferson, all of them. I don't know about later on in like the Civil War how many presidents would have had that type of income, but in the early years of the Revolution, absolutely, almost every one of our elected officials was everybody was farming and gathering and hunting. So I mean, it's surprising that the South didn't win because of the fact that they did tend to hunt more than the North. The North, like I said again, that's for the Civil War, they were more industrial, and like Joe said, that they were about to win anyway. Once the French and the Indians backed out, they were toast.
Well, they know that's one of the things. I don't remember. I know it was the French and I think it might have been the Brits. I don't know. They had good backing, whoever it was going to allow them to really beef up their navy. I think they even had some ships coming in out of it. But what do you mean? I'm glad they lost because I'm not sure what kind of government they would have founded. That doesn't matter that I'm from South. I got a lot of friends live up north. It's I just don't think the government that they would have formed would have been the one we wanted. And then unless the South decided if they won outright, and then they would have just kept the North, and then it would have been a different kind of government altogether, a different kind of government. It might have still been a democracy or something like a democracy. It wouldn't have been a republic, though, I can tell you that. It would have been something else.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have been a true democracy, which just means it would have been way more corrupt than it is now. I'm not saying it's not corrupt. Don't even say that.
Come on. I mean,
you're surprised
it isn't corrupt. I mean, look at the architecture of DC. It's Greco-Roman. I mean, the most corrupt Senate on the planet was, Rome.
Well, we're going to take a quick break in a few minutes, and we're going to come back. We're going to be talking about Epstein a little bit, Epstein and Trump and Clinton. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. I really want to talk about 3i Atlas too later on.
Oh yeah,
crazy and then signals all over the place and
broke all over the place. Yeah,
it's having conniption fits and stuff and. Oh no! So I'm watching NASA news today. NASA's making it out like it's coming to destroy the planet. I'm like, so I wrote a big thing underneath. You are NASA scientists. What are you? Can I use this thing? So you are fucking stupid, apparently. Now,
yeah,
it's not coming nowhere near Earth. By your own measurements, it's going here. It is queer, though. I mean, first it sped up without any type of gravitational speed and all. It just sped the hell up. And then it started acting strange. And then one guy said it's breaking up. And then another guy said it may not be. It might have just been some kind of chunks coming off of it. And I'm like, God, make up your mind, people. Cut me a break here. I mean, really? I mean, give me you know how many things? Do you realize how many people we have looking at this thing from how many different countries? Oh, no, people. What do you mean magnifying glass? This is not a magnifying glass. What a doofball. I'm sorry. It's called a telescope, not a magnifying glass. Anyway, there's a bunch of telescopes looking at this thing. And radio telescopes, infrared telescopes, you name it, spectrum telescopes. They're looking at them. And so far, all we get is some bullshit, half-ass, blue-ass pictures. One picture looks one way. The Japanese pictures looks like something totally different than the NASA picture, which looks totally different than the Euro picture. So all I can tell you, somebody's fucking bullshitting around because there ain't no way it looks that different from each picture that's taken. That's just, what.
The one Japanese one was like an AI based on the whatever data they pulled off of it. I just think it's bull. I think whoever's got the the rovers on Mars, whoever's in control of those, whether it's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, I forget who it was, JPI or NASA, one of them took the most clear pictures of it when it went over the planet Mars. But they're not releasing them. So I mean,
they will be soon. The government is opening back up now. So now that the government's opening back up, they're gonna have to cut them pictures loose. No, we gotta go to break. Right? No, we got a lot of news to go through now. I mean, we've been messing around a little bit in the beginning, but we got a lot of stuff to get through tonight. We still got to get through it. We got to talk about Uncle Trump and Uncle Clinton and Uncle Obama and Epstein and Epstein's girlfriend, and Epstein's other girlfriend.
And there's some rumors that Bill and Trump are like this, but more like one of them's on their knees.
I'm just dancing, people. I ain't doing nothing dirty. Anybody writes to me.
This is my rifle. This is my gun. We're doing that again.
Even I can't say that on air. I could legally say it, but no. My station manager would fly down here and kick my ass. Oh hell yes, she would.
We're not doing this is my rifle. This is my gun again, are we?
Oh, this is something about grab the back of my head thing. I have this is a well-respected radio station, and we do not talk about things like BJs and stuff.
No, but there's some rumors.
I don't, but Jay
about that kind of stuff.
Anyway, actually, it's going to be two songs because Clara kept bugging me about Rocky Raccoon, so we're going to have to listen to Rocky Raccoon, and then there'll be a Christmas song. So, but it's only about 6.5 minutes total time. So, get your coffee, get your smoke, get whatever you got to get and get it because we're fixing to go to break. Yes.
Jeff, it's still
about 7 minutes. Yes, about 7 minutes. Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you a question before you actually go? Why is it every Beatles song is remastered 2009? How come there's nothing after?
I guess they did a big remaster in 2000. I remember I wasn't a really big fan of the Beatles, and a friend of mine, Ricky, he used to sing on my motorcycle. He'd get in behind me and sing in my damn ears. Drove me batshit crazy is what it did. But stuff like Rocky Raccoon, why don't we do it in the road? Love and anyway.
Yeah. Why don't we do it in the road?
I mean, that's what, 2 verses or something. Why don't we do it in the road? And then it gets
a lot of really cool like one hitters.
Why don't we do it in the road? I'm like, what are we doing in the road? Who wants to do it in the road? I mean, I'm hoping we're driving because we do anything else. I mean, especially if it's like a gravel road, it's dirty and rocky and sandy and shit. I mean, come on, people, let's get it together. Hey, Mark, I didn't see you down there. Well, Frank, you're always welcome to come. Anybody who wants to join us on stage, all you have to do is come in the chat room, tell us, and we'll send you a link. But just know your politics is all I ask.
Don't be shy.
Come out and spout a theory or something. Well, no, we talk about aliens too. We love aliens on this network. Oh hell yes, we do. You mean 3 Eye Atlas? I don't know, but we got to go to break. So when we come back, we'll talk about that. How's that? Everyone, please stay tuned to United Public Radio and the news on the flip side. Sean's off tonight. He'll be with us tomorrow night. And the other Sean will be there causing trouble tomorrow night. Not with us, but on Spaced Out Radio. No, sorry, wrong show.
Into the night. No,
not that. No, not Into the Night.
And through a glass darkly.
Yeah.
If you put them together,
that freaking name is a tongue twister. That's a twisty tongue twisty and ass freaking name is what that is. Yeah. Anyway, we'll be back in about 7 or 8 minutes. So please stay tuned to United Public Radio. Let's see if you can. Dr. Raccoon. Hey, what the hell happened there? Bleep bleep. What the bleep bleep went on there, man?
Hell,
Sorry about that, guys. I'm not exactly sure. Fat
Fat Finger
fingeritis, I
Tuesday
guess.
again.
That's what I'm thinking it was. But anyway, let me post this up for y'all. The effing Merry Christmas. That some kid was having a good time out there
A little
jumping
early, don't you
around.
think?
You know, no, man. What are you talking about early? We only got
Not even
what?
Thanksgiving yet.
What are you talking about, man? We only got 16 days. I mean, I'm sorry, 40 days. That's it. We done. It's over with. Happy having Christmas. No, see, we have a rule in the house. We never put a tree up before Thanksgiving, but we have a thing that whenever they start playing it on the radio, we can play it on the station, and they've been playing it on the radio since November
Oh,
1st.
really? Okay.
Hey, Mish, how you doing? Yeah.
Hey, Mish.
Actually, down here, usually for about 2.5 months, there's stations that are dedicated just to Christmas music, nothing else. They don't play anything else. Yep, you can Christmas your little health out until you fall over in your head. Usually it's 2.5 months, I think. It's like all of November, all of December, and like 2 weeks into January, or at least a week into January. Yeah. Yeah, turn on your FM radio and blast yourself right at the car. Still nothing like FM at 180 miles an hour. Anyway, welcome back, everyone, to News on the Flip Side. I hope you've been enjoying the show. I know we get a lot of questions and get a lot of stuff in about is Trump a pedophile? Does Trump like little girls? Okay. I haven't seen anything in any of Trump's history anywhere that would suggest he had anything to do with little girls.
Well,
Crazy
some people
women,
did point
yes.
out that he did sometimes walk into the locker rooms at the. He was the Miss Teen World and Miss USA pageants. He was the owner of those for a while. He would walk in.
Yeah, well, I've never heard him going into Miss Teen, but I have heard him going into the other one, which he ain't the only one that goes walking around in there. There's a bunch of people back there. But on the team ones, I thought they had pretty strict rules about that.
I don't know. That's just what I heard.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't a big deal for the ones for the Miss America because there's actually a lot of people behind stage, and there's a lot of them that are men. It's teenagers they would have been a little bit strict on. He would have got in trouble for that. Yeah, he probably would have lost his license and shit. He wasn't near as popular then as he is now. No, not back then. When he bought it, that was like early '90s or something.
Yeah, it was way back.
That was before The Apprentice and all that stuff. Yeah, it was.
That was his first dive into entertainment world.
It makes him money, you know.
I guess it did because he did sell it. He probably sold it for a profit, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, he probably had to sell it. One of his wives probably told him sell a damn thing or you're going to get divorced. Well, who wants to compete against 50 of the most beautiful people in our country? I mean, give me a break. At least you didn't have to worry about the ones with a dick. I mean, the transvestite shit. Sorry, they came out wrong. I apologize. No, that stupid Bigfoot did that to me. Because when people always ask him what kind of woman he wants, he said, I just want a normal woman. And when they ask him what's a normal woman, he said one without a dick.
Yeah.
That's the joke. I'm like, oh my God.
Oops,
I know.
yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, okay. You're just effing around. Because I know you didn't ask me what that was, right? Because I'm going to ask you first off what country you're in, what kind of translator are you using? I'm pretty much sure that DICK translates the same in every language in the world. Yes. Yes. Some ugly, bald-headed guy. Couldn't help myself. What's that, Jamie? Epstein. So basically, what the Democrats are on about, right? Did you notice how fast they jumped on this, right? Because they knew they lost. Oh no, they knew they lost the showdown with the shutdown. Showdown with the shutdown.
Yeah, the Schumer shutdown was a no-show for Schumer.
So they know they lost that. You know, that was an embarrassment for them. So they needed something to immediately seize on, so people wouldn't think about how embarrassing it was for them. Yes. Well, okay. Well, first off, the letter actually says that Trump knew about girls. Okay. What girls? He knew about his personal girlfriends. He knew about the children. According to Epstein, he didn't bring them to the house. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm confused. The only girl ever that they ever had, the thing that said that Epstein said, not Epstein said, but somebody around him said that he actually molested, actually was interviewed, and she said, no, it never happened. He never said he didn't meet her. No, he didn't. And she never said he didn't meet her either. She said he was very cordial and very nice and never put a hand on her. That's her words, not mine. So why would the Democrats be bringing this up now that they know she had been interviewed and that's what was said? As far as he knew about the girls, let's really break this down, people. Okay. First off, Epstein was a Democrat. All of his friends were Democrat. All of his associates were Democrat. All of his
For the most part,
were Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. He was not a big.
There might be one or two of Republicans in there.
I don't know if there's any Republicans, maybe some independents, maybe some libertarians, but I think Republicans didn't trust him that he wouldn't use it against them since he was the opposing party. And think about this, people. Everybody who was Epstein's list is probably on Diddy's list, who is also a Democrat, and all of his friends are Democrats. You got two different sets of sex traffickers here. All in the same party, all wealthy, all doing things they shouldn't be. So let's backtrack.
And getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar, as it were.
So let's backtrack. Go back to 2004. George Bush wants to bring charges up on Epstein. Something goes afoot. I don't exactly know what it was. So anyway, eventually they get around to getting him in jail for a year. Okay, it was supposed to be like 2, but he got out in a year, some kind of work permit, work at home. I don't know. Anyway, he got out in a year. These were for sexual charges, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this was. So 2009, the DOJ wants to bring him back up on charges, okay, for sex trafficking. The president of the United States, Barack Hussein Obama, said no. By the way, Barack gave him 2 awards. Yeah, Epstein, he gave him 2 awards. Yeah.
Really?
And was on that airplane at least 19 times. But you got to remember, when you hear people say on the airplane, you don't know where the airplane's going, because it doesn't always say final destination. It just lists the passengers on the flight. Oh, they proved that with Trump, because the 3 times or 4 times he appears, they weren't flights leaving the continental USA. Yeah, so. By the way, on all of those flights, he had his wife and his children with him. Yeah, they're listed on the flight. I mean, maybe his wife is kinky. I don't know. What the hell? But again, I mean, all the women I've ever seen Trump mess with weren't children. I mean, when you look at this taste in women, they're not kids. They look like the kind of women that want to play Tonto to your, Long Ranger kind of shit. I mean, really, they're just. I mean, look at his current wife.
If you just look at his, love interests over his time. If you follow Trump back into the 80s, when he first really came on the scene, and like the Today Show, almost every one of his girlfriends was age appropriate.
He's I don't know, Jenny. I mean, people are going to try, but all this does is take away from us getting things for our country. It's all it does. So the thing about Epstein, whatever letter saying that he knew about the girls, we don't know what that means. And so, but getting to that, so let's say that it means what all of our liberal friends think it means. Okay, that these were illegal. Let me turn that off. These were underage girls. Okay, let's assume that that's what they're talking about. So let's say Trump found out. Somehow Trump finds out. What's Trump do first? He turns around, throws the fucker out of Mar-a-Lago and says, don't you fucking come back here and talk to any of my kids in here ever again. Remember, this was about a girl who was working there that was actually underage. That's why he got tossed out of Mar-a-Lago. Right there, that tells you Trump. So if this guy really had the goods on Trump, why would Trump even take the chance of throwing him out and putting himself in a financial position hurt? So then Trump decides, I'm going to run for president of the United States. Well, Epstein's never come out and said anything. So all of a sudden, the DOJ says, Trump, can we put Epstein in jail? What does Trump say? He said, fucking yeah, put him in jail. Now, let's be honest about this, ladies and gentlemen. If Epstein had anything he could have used on Trump, you don't think he wouldn't have used it? I mean, let's fucking be honest. He was going to jail for life. He might have even got the death sentence. I mean, he was in deep shit. And you don't think he would have used it?
Yeah.
Jimmy,
if he had that leverage, he would have used it for sure.
Think he fucking committed suicide. You're not going to tell me he committed suicide when he was on suicide watch. Because if he's dead, his fucking family should sue New York out of their fucking minds.
Mm-hmm.
No, because you're being monitored. That's what suicide watch is. You're being monitored.
There's somebody right there in the cell with them, aren't there?
And what do you think? It only took what? You think it only took no, there's a camera in the cell. What do you think? It only took 2 minutes to tie all that shit together and hook it all up. It probably took him an hour just to get set up to kill himself. And no one fucking saw him, right? Give me a break, people. I mean, come the fuck on. It's like Hillary's walking around with a stamp going, stupid, stupid, stupid. Why do you say that? Why I think it was Hillary? Because of fucking Bill. That's why I think it was Hillary.
I can actually imagine Hillary Clinton imitating Ferris Bueller after he tells his parents why he can't go to school. They bought it.
So I got a question for y'all. Y'all know when Hillary was running for senator? Do anybody know who she was running against? I do.
I don't remember, but you say the name, I'll be like, oh yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. The person died mysteriously when his plane flipped over and flew into the sea for no fucking apparent reason.
Was he a relative of Robert Kennedy Jr.?
Yes, I think he was. I know the strangest things happen around Hillary. I would not make it. Look, I love you, Hillary. Just know it, baby. We love you. We all worship at the Hillary feet. Hillary, yes. Why the bitch kill you? She don't even care. She does shit just out and open, like, oh yeah, I blew up my servers. Oh yeah, I flushed the shit down the toilet. Oh, what the guys in Benghazi, well, they should have been paying attention, man. Come on, they knew I was out drinking at night. They should have waited till the next night. She don't fucking care. Not even a little bit. Not even that fucking much. She don't care.
Yeah, not at all.
What are you gonna do to her? Put the old bitch in jail? Well, you ain't gonna put her in a real jail. She's gonna get one of them comfy jails. Yeah, where she gets fed. Yeah. You know, that's bullshit. So anyway, going back to Epstein.
The right back nine and the front nine every day.
So getting back to Epstein. So now we've established that here's Epstein, you know, he's now in trouble with his friend Trump. What do you mean okay. The way Trump met Epstein is one, they were in the same clubs and same neighborhoods and all, but Trump was a realtor and Epstein was a financial broker for, guess what? Real estate. And guess who all of his clients were? Prominent bankers and rich people in New York City, mainly. Which is mainly what? You fucking socialists in New York? Democrats.
Yes.
Completely on a side note, Amazon is leaving the Bronx. They did this. Told them, fuck off. We're out of here. Bye. Don't know what you're going to do for your Amazon, but you can kiss our ass. We're leaving now. Put 700 people out of work. Say thank you, whatever your name is over there, you socialist communist pig. And then the socialist communist pig says, you shouldn't shop at Starbucks anymore. He just told New Yorkers not to get Starbucks. Yeah, that's like telling New Yorkers not to say they live in New York. Oh no, people. The guy, he's already on a power trip. He said,
so what exactly did they take out? Did they take out distribution centers or did they take out?
They took whatever they had in Manhattan, all presents out. Poof. You'll have to get your deliveries from outside now, off the island. You can't get them there anymore. They just said, fuck off. Sounds like they pulled their whole business out of New York and they're going to deliver from outside of the city itself. So instead of getting like same day deliveries anymore, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be 2, 3, 4 day delivery.
Well, it's a 2 day usually for the minimum.
Yeah, we get shit down here all the time, same day. As long as you order early, or if you order like late at night, like midnight or something, a lot of times you'll see it like noon the next day. But they also have distributor hubs in Mississippi. There's 3 of them that I know of. So,
3 days ago. Wow, I didn't hear about that.
What Jim? Yeah, they just said fuck off. That's all they did. And then now he's going. So wait, you piss off Amazon, and then you're gonna piss off Starbucks? Really? That's two of the biggest companies in your freaking city, man. What is wrong with you? I wonder how many else he's going to piss off. But anyway, he got together with Governor Hochul, and they're planning their attack on Trump. Really? And you're going to plan an attack on the president of the United States? I think that the Secret Service should go pay them to a visit.
Yeah.
No, really, they should.
Let's see. What are they exactly? I'm trying to find out what kind of operations they pulled.
Oh, it sounds like it's one of their hubs, is what it sounds like. Jimmy, ups like other places have big hubs all over the United States.
Oh, corporate offices only.
Oh man, that's the
The
real
X fell
money.
on 9 office addresses affecting corporate employees only. Amazon confirmed. 2 sites bore the brunt of the local cuts.
They had 700 corporate employees, and oh man, that's
660 total terminations.
Woo, that is big money, people. Corporate people don't make minimum wage. Fuck you, they make good wage.
So they canned those corporate jobs, whatever those executive positions are. They're kiboshed. So they're going to take that group of 660 people they've just fired. They're going to put a building somewhere else and fill it with 700 people.
Yep, somewhere else,
not New York.
Yeah.
Way to go, Mamdani.
Yeah, that's a lot of money going.
He's not even sworn in yet, right? He's not even sworn in yet.
Well, no, he's picking a fight with Starbucks. He's picking a fight. He said, if you're a loyal New Yorker, you shouldn't be drinking Starbucks. Hochul's already told him no on the buses.
What would he know a loyal New Yorker is? He's not from New York.
Look, there's no to me, people. I'll be honest with you. I don't think there is.
He was born in Africa, wasn't he?
Well, I don't think there is no loyal New Yorkers anymore. I mean,
clearly,
a loyal New Yorker wouldn't have voted for a Muslim after what happened at 9/11.
Not a real New Yorker.
What you say, Muslims are not compatible with American politics because they believe their religion is a way of life. That's why they have their own law called Sharia law, because they think that their way is better than our way. That's what this is all about.
Oh, yeah.
Not better than ours. Tell me any country with Sharia law that's better than ours. You know, it's like when I see women out there putting little things on and going to New York. I really feel like somebody should pick them up, just drop them in the middle of Gaza, and see how they treat women in the Middle East. Yeah, or maybe in Iran or Iraq. And Iraq's, at least a democracy. It still wouldn't be good. Drop them off in Egypt. You're not going to be like, American women are not going to be like in the way they're being treated. Oh, no. First of all, you got to cover everything. Secondly, you can't talk back to a man. And if he decides to share you with one of his friends, that's on you. Well, yeah. And if you have an affair, you can be stoned to death in the street. Does that not sound something like from 5,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago? I mean,
sounds even older than that. It's stupid.
I mean, that kind of shit should not be even thought of in our country.
Show your ankles, they can kill you. I mean, what the hell does that mean? How does that even make sense?
Well, it's one of those things, but getting back on the Epstein. So with Trump, we know that he probably did actually. I don't know if he'll ever admit it or not, but I think that's why he threw Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, and I think that's why he allowed his DOJ to go after him. Well, Trump wasn't worried about it. I mean, if Trump was truly worried that Epstein had something on him, he would have, just like Obama did, he'd have told the DOJ no. Because remember, the DOJ and Obama wanted to go after him, but Obama said no. Trump said yes. So who's actually fucking guilty here? And look at the sentence they gave him the first time for this. I mean, 1 year? There was I think it was like 18 or 19 months, and he ended up doing less than a year because he got some good behavior. And even in that time, they said he was going home sometimes and doing work. Yes, like a work release thing where, you go on in the daytime and you sleep in the jail at night. Yeah. Yeah.
If this judge comes by and lets him go for a day, he'll lose a certain file. And if the other judge comes by and lets him go for another day, he loses another file. That kind of thing.
I mean, ladies, even today, if you go to travel abroad, when you're getting your passports and all, you're saying you're going to travel to anywhere in the Middle East, the federal government will instantly give you a warning. They snatch American women all the time. They snatch European women all the time. What do you think is going to happen? Some desert tribe snatches you up in the middle of Africa. Nobody's going to find you again. They ain't going to know where to look. It always cracks me up when people talk about it. And then Democrats. So 54% of Democrats say they're embarrassed to be Americans. I'm going to tell you also.
Well, they should be, the way they acted
fucking
recently.
leave. Fucking leave. If you're embarrassed to be an American, you need to leave the fucking country. Because it's only 54% of y'all, which means at least 46% of Democrats still want to be Americans. 100% of Republicans do. Probably 100% of libertarians do, and liberals do.
The nutso thing about this whole shutdown is, and it's clear that it was on the Democratic side, but 50% of the nation think it was the Republicans, and it's split right down the middle. 50% think it was the Democrats. No one really sees the true culprit. The true culprit was the Democrats. They were given 14 chances to, come to the table and discuss a bill that would take more than a week to discuss.
Yeah, and then they were basically saying, "Oh, we don't care if you're suffering on food stamps." The couple of 3 senators came out and said stupid things, got them even in more trouble.
And this only goes to what? January 31st. On February 1st, at the end of the fiscal year or beginning of whatever, it's going to happen all over again. What do you think the Democrats are going to do? You think they're
at least the food stamps will be left alone. They signed a deal for food stamps for 1 year, no matter what happens with the government. So they're safe. But that still doesn't leave military pay or air traffic controllers or government workers. All of that was still
essential functions, one would think. Yeah.
Well, look, I wanted to get this shit straight because I'm not traveling right now. I got one place left to go this year, and I'm not going to fly. I decided I'm going to go ahead and drive. But next year, I usually start the years. Usually between January and June, I'll be anywhere from 15 to 30 cities. This year I was at like 26. Well, some of them are go backs, like DC 3 times, LA twice. Actually, LA 3 times. Well, whenever I buy another car, which I have no idea when that's going to be, unless somebody wants to donate one to me, I can't. It's the first time in my life I was thinking about this. I don't. One, I hate to get a note. Two, I really don't know what I want. Usually I just go buy a truck, really nice 4-door, fully loaded. But I don't need a truck anymore. I'm not doing construction anymore. Maybe I'll get like a mid-sized truck or something, because I do like to go get shit from time to time. And we do like to hit the flea markets and shop a little till we drop kind of thing. So, I don't know. Then I got to thinking about it. Maybe just something nice, 2-door, 4-door, sporty, something or another, some kind of fast. See, if I lived in Louisiana still, I wouldn't buy anything loaded to the ground because the roads are so shitty there. You end up ripping off your muffler and banging up all the bottom of your car. Mississippi's got nice roads and you can cruise on them. So does Alabama and Georgia. Florida, further south, starts getting a little sketchy. Well, because you're driving on swamp. The road does this while you're driving. You can see it ahead of you wobbling and stuff. Every now and then it'll rise up, make a bubble, make a V. You gotta be careful. You find yourself sailing through the air. No, I'm serious. It just happens. Water gets trapped under the highway, and when it gets hot enough, it causes the steam, and the steam raises the highway. Yes. It's actually more common down here than you think it is. It's any street in summertime, whether it's asphalt, concrete, or if it's a drain, you can crack an egg and it's fried in under 2 minutes. Completely fried in under 2 minutes. It's insane. Nah, Jimmy. But anyway, so we kind of showed you where Trump is in this. So let's take a look at Bill. I hate talking bad about Bill because I like Bill. I like Bill as much as I like Trump. So. And a pervert or not, he was a good president. And he really did give a shit about our country, which is always nice. And so y'all know this. He was the president that with Let's Make America Great Again. That's where that term logo comes from. Go listen when he's running. You'll hear him saying it. And he preaches a lot of the same stuff Trump did about immigration, all sorts of other stuff. So did Barack for that matter. But anyway, when you look at Bill, there's a lot of emails about him, and there's a lot of flight log stuff. So we'll have to see where it all goes. 27 times. Does that mean he went to the island? More than likely. But again, see, this is the problem with all of this. Okay. Going to the island still doesn't mean you was playing around with any girls. A lot of people went to the island. A lot of people went to his homes. Not everybody who's seen Epstein was a pervert. A lot of them were just business people. That was the whole point about not releasing a bunch of the customers list and clients list and stuff, because unless one of the girls said it was them, you can't do that because you put yourself in a bad way. You can't just go around accusing people or putting people in harm's way because you think or think not they were involved. Well, what they're trying to do next week, they're trying to do a vote that forces the DOJ to release everything. But the DOJ will probably countersue, saying they're not going to release the victims' names and the names of the people that they don't know if they were involved or not. Because it's not fair to them. Do you really want Congress to have the victims' names? These fuckers can't keep anything a secret. The Democrats leak shit immediately. No, when the thing about Trump and Epstein, the bill hadn't even been signed yet when they leaked that. Yes. Because they knew they were going to take a beating on the who shut the country down.
And they're still taking one.
Yeah.
If you look at what the backlash is right now, the Democrats are eating each other alive. They're literally attacking each other from within right at this moment.
Well, now, one of Epstein's girlfriends was on CNN today saying that Epstein used to bring her over so that Trump could grope her. Okay, first off, that just sounds like total bullshit. Why bother groping anybody? And as far as I know, Epstein wasn't dating anybody that wasn't of legal age. So I'm not even sure what that's about. So let me get this right, ladies. Now, you're going to have to explain this to me, okay? Because I'm a dumbass, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So you're dating this guy. He brings you home. He said, oh, my friend said he wants to feel you up. You're like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's kind of high school, you know?
I mean, give me a break. So, that just sounded like total bullshit. I don't know. She might get a polygraph. She should. But if she gets it by a Democrat and not allowed to be polygraphed by anybody else, it won't matter.
Right.
Nobody trusts the Democrats. Matter of fact, there's a little thing going on here. It's a little confusing. So, Epstein's girlfriend, Giselle, said, remember, she just gave testimony to Pam Bondi and him just recently. Y'all remember that? And she said there wasn't no emails between her and Epstein about Trump. So is this email even real? So what happens if she comes out next week and goes, that's not for me? So I don't know exactly what's going on here. Something's fishy. No, Denise, he was never prosecuted. Epstein was never found guilty or innocent. He committed suicide ahead of time.
Yeah. Allegedly.
The guy that had so many friends in his pocket, it's not even funny, probably had video on people out of the fucking yin yang, and he committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Does that even sound right to any of y'all?
Oh, yeah, I don't buy it.
Well, Kimmy could still be alive. I'm not saying he's not, but I mean, oh yeah, he could be living on some foreign island. They say that Bin Laden's still alive, and the other guy, he's still alive too. That's what they say. Who did Obama kill that we threw over the ship and wouldn't let nobody see? Osama bin Laden, and then who that was? Well, I get him confused with the one from Iraq. Yeah, the one they hung.
Saddam.
Saddam, yeah. Saddam insane, yeah. That's same. We'll call him insane. Look, Bill could be guilty. They are going to investigate Bill. They're not going to just investigate Bill. So there was quite a few investment bankers on this list. They're going to investigate them too. Yes. And they said there are thousands of emails.
Yeah,
you can bet they've been through
the tip of the iceberg, literally.
But you can bet the Democrats have probably been through them all by now. So this is probably what you're going to get for the Trump thing. As far as the girl in CNN, Jenny, I don't know what to tell you. It's She hadn't said anything before, ever. This is out of the blue. She said that. Well, Epstein's brother said Trump's crazy, he's lying, but he don't know because he don't know anything about it. And remember this, his brother can't say he knew because if he does, he's going to fucking jail. Yeah, so if he says, oh, my brother told me, or I knew my brother was trading in children, he'll go to jail. Oh, yes, he will. So we know we're not going to get that out of the guy. Yeah, so it's interesting, but I really think it's just trying to distract away from. It's trying to get votes for the midterm, and it's trying to distract away from how they just screwed people over for the last 6 weeks. That's what I think it's all about.
Mm-hmm. It's just awful.
Now that new little House rep girl, she getting her ass in trouble. She's not gonna be able to get out of.
Which one?
She's just the one that allowed for the thing to be signed to be released. She just got she was a special election. I guess her daddy died or something, and she won the seat or something.
I see. That's fair.
I mean, she's gonna have to run again in a year, I think. Yeah, next year, I think. Oh no, she's running her mouth like she's been in Congress her whole entire life. So there's a video. I might have to go look. So I know y'all know who John Kennedy is. John Kennedy, from Louisiana, the old coot. So he decided to post some emails that AOC said about it. She shouldn't even be allowed in Congress. I mean, she was basically saying, "Go and kill the old bastard." Jimmy, let me see. I might even still have him. Let me look. Let me look like it's Christmas. Look. What are you talking about? Christmas? I got some friends who've been bugging me to come spend Christmas up north, but I'm kind of like, it just, well, maybe it snowed its ass off here last year, 2 feet. Yeah, that was ridiculous. In the South, that's like an avalanche for us, my friend. These people can't drive in 2 inches, much less 2 feet. Give me a freaking break. Oh no, I'm being serious. I'm being serious. I remember I was young. I just started my business, and one of my employees and I it just started snowing. We had to get home. First, we had to go to the bank, get some money, then we had to go home. And so we were out, and it was snowing. These people, you would think, because they drive in floods down here, they realize that ice is slippery, and if you're going to stop at a stop sign, you can't wait till you get to the stop sign to stop. You got to start stopping ahead of time. Oh no. These some bitches be shooting through red lights, shooting through stop signs like little darts. It was insane watching. It was sad and funny at the same time.
That's nothing.
Bunch of idiots.
My birthday is October. I got my driver's license in like 1983 in October, and then it wasn't long. I mean, it was one of those years we had. It might even still been in October, but it was one of those years we had early big fall snow, and I forget where exactly I was, but when I went out, yes, it was cold, but there was no snow, no sign of it. When I came home, there was 2 feet of it everywhere. And it was my first time driving on it, so you can imagine.
Yeah, I remember my first time driving in snow. It was interesting. I was somewhere up north for I was in the military at the time, but it was an experience. No, Jimmy, I'd never driven snow before. I was looking at these people, and then this also lets me know how fucking crazy Democrats and Yankees are. So we're leaving DC after a conference down. They've been down there for about a week at a conference in DC, and so I'm bringing some friends of mine home that live in West Virginia. So we're cruising along through the mountains of Virginia, headed towards West Virginia, and it starts to snow. I'm like, okay, I've driven in snow a few times by this time, so it's starting to snow, and all of a sudden it starts snowing a little more. Then it starts snowing sideways. I mean, it's like whoosh, blizzard kind of snow going on, right? So I'm slowing down a little bit. Screw this. These people are blowing by me. These trucks and cars. I'm doing like 75. They're blowing by me, just whoosh, going so fast it's making the vehicle shake that we're in. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I got over one lane and just stayed in the traffic. And a friend of mine who was in the backseat, we started chatting because everybody else got nervous and fell asleep because we were cruising. And it's hilly out there, man. You're up and down, ice is all over the place. I said, they're going, I'm going same speed they are. I said, this, if we're going to die, we're going to all die together. And, but we finally got out of the snow. When I got them to the house, it had snowed like 3 feet.
Was it the family in that one movie? The whole family goes off the cliff in a car, and they're actually going off. They go, "Oh, Doyle rules."
What's that, Chris? No, it's anyway. No, we're gonna get back into.
So,
the news.
hey, I had a couple of interesting things. I think I brought up the
toss them out there, baby.
The Trump thing, the Trump going after, asking AG Bondi to go after Epstein or after Clinton. But guess who is back in the news? Apparently, allegedly. Oh, the king. Did we mention the king, the 12-foot king, in the show yet?
No, I don't think so.
So apparently, and it's looking like it happened just this May, that they found a tomb in Uruk in southern Iraq, I guess, formerly Mesopotamia, and they think they found King Gilgamesh's actual tomb. They found a 12-foot skeleton inside of a box they think might be made of titanium.
Wow, that's cool.
Yes.
If we ever get that.
Allegedly, some tests they were done on the DNA, and that it showed some weird non-Earth.
Yeah, if it don't all just disappear one afternoon.
Yeah. So I'm trying to keep an eye on that. But also, our good friend Bob Lazar's back in the news.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, he demonstrated I guess a scaled down version of the gravitic drive that he worked on and powered it up this year.
So Will Bob's going to get himself bumped off.
I hope not.
You mean what's it? Carolyn, Bob Lazar goes back and forth. A lot of things go back and forth on Bob a lot. Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. I don't know. Somewhere along the line, he just caught some flack. Well, he came out with George Knapp. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, George Knapp, the investigator.
1989, June 1989.
Yeah, and no, Knapp's okay. I mean, he's a nice guy. He's legit. He's probably a little more involved these days, but
he is,
Bob,
for sure.
Unfortunately, just got some. He said some stuff that made people look at him like, oh, and other things, and then some things came out that also changed it around. Well, one, you couldn't verify his education, which hurt him a lot. And then the Los Alamos thing, which was part our fault because we're the ones that found it. They have him listed at Los Alamos Laboratories. They have him listed working at Los Alamos Laboratories as basically janitor. Now, when I say that, people don't take this out of context. First off, to work at Los Alamos, to be in labs, you have to have a pretty good security clearance. All right, whatever you're fucking doing. It doesn't matter if you're cleaning toilets, you're going to have a high security clearance. But more than likely, when they talk about maintenance in these buildings, it's usually maintenance dealing with projects or equipment that belong to projects. So not only do they have a high clearance, they usually have a pretty good working knowledge of science. It's kind of all goes together. And you do have your basic people who run around cleaning up stuff and doing stuff. And they did have him partially listed as a janitorial thing, which, on a base like that could mean, it could mean cleaning the toilets. It also could mean cleaning up some kind of radioactive spill. So it's hard to say.
Kind of chemicals. Yeah. I mean,
so it's actually
based on his credentials as a scientist in a janitorial aspect. What he's probably doing is basically he's like the HHM guy. He comes around when someone throws up and he throws a bag of sand on it and waits 5 minutes and then scoops it up, puts it in a special container and carts it off somewhere. That's what he's doing.
Hey, Lorraine from Wisconsin. No, they've never been able to authenticate his education. Stan Friedman tried.
Well, Stan Friedman did try, and he found a few things, but then he also realized that while he was going after the information, it was being erased at the very same time.
Yeah, but he said that it wasn't the information erased that bothered him. It was all the people at the schools didn't remember him at all. Nobody. No students, no people, nobody. So that you're not going to get everybody to lie for you. Somebody somewhere is going to sneak out and try to get some money out of something, saying, "Hey, I know." No, I mean, who knows? Well, what do you mean? How do I know? Okay, well, over the years, I've made some friends, and one of my friends, matter of fact, They were in here earlier tonight. I didn't see them lately, but they were here earlier. They used to work at a place called a whip facility. It's an underground storage for all the industrial and medical waste in the United States. No weapons grade, just that kind of stuff. Big, huge underground facility. Well, I actually met some other people who worked over at Los Alamos who was in bookkeeping, basically, and high classified, but in bookkeeping. Well, we were talking one night online in one of the chat groups that we hosted because they were part of the organization, part of the ICOR organization, still are actually. And we got to talking, so they got to digging, and they looked across 3 different sets of computers in 3 different groups. He came up in all 3 listed as a janitor at Los Alamos. But it never said anything more than that. You couldn't find any more data than that. Nothing else pulled up. It didn't give a description of his janitorial duties or anything like that. And it didn't give any background. It did give him the pay grade, which was what did they call it back then? L8, L7, which actually is a pretty decent pay grade for a janitor. He was probably making close to 6 figures. Probably wasn't making 6, but he was probably making close to it. And from back then, that was a lot of money. Today, that would be like making $1.1 million or something. What do you mean, Fred? I've met Bob a couple times. I don't have anything against Bob. He wouldn't take a polygraph, which kind of bothered me there. You know how I am about polygraphs and voice stress and stuff like that. Well, you can say it don't work. And if you can beat both polygraphs and voice stress, and somebody's sitting there that does facial recognition, body language, then you're good. But if you can't, it means you're lying. Because I notice people who are telling the truth don't mind taking polygraphs. I've taken many over the years. You can beat a polygraph. Not many people can beat a polygraph, but you can beat a polygraph.
All you got to do is take this center filling of Oreo double stuff and put it under your tongue an hour or so before the test, and you'll pass every time.
Christopher says he wants whatever fucking drugs you're on. It's
that comes directly from Agent Simmons. He should know.
It's well, you can always take a Valium or a Xanax or a Xanax or something. Well, because it relaxes you so much that your heart rate isn't going to go up when you're lying. They're just going over the way that's why you got so many things going around you, because they're monitoring all kinds of stuff. And that's what gives them an idea if you're lying or telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you want me to tell you what used to piss off the polygraphers? I would sit there and look at the chart and start thinking, and it would just start, and then it would smooth out almost like it was dead. And then he'd ask me a question, I'd lie, and it would just keep going the same way. And he's like, is this useless? And have I ever failed one? Yeah, I've actually failed 3, not 1. That's how I learned to beat the son of a bitches. You should never lie in a polygraph. I'm just telling you. If it's a good questioner, if the person knows his stuff, it's going to be hard to beat. But if you have to lie on a
polygraph, call Joe.
Don't call me. I'm going to tell you. Come tell the truth is what I'm going to tell you. It's what do you mean, Chris? No, you just pop one in and an hour later go take it, and he'd be like, "Man, you're very relaxed." Well, yeah, well, I'm telling the truth. Why shouldn't I be relaxed? You know. Polygraphs have a tendency to make everybody nervous. It's one of them things. Let me see. Where did this go? We've got a couple minutes. Let's see. Is that the 101? A U.S. Coast Guard helicopter confronts drug smugglers in Venezuela? No, that's not who I wanted. So what is this bye-bye Belarus? Moscow, Belarus land bridge is gone. Millions panic as Lithuania shuts down all border crosses. So what happened here? Was this a drone strike or something?
I don't
know. Closes borders. Oh, repeated balloon incursions. Oh, it's having repeated balloon incursions from who?
Gotta be Ukraine.
I guess. Citing Hydra attacks. What? People, y'all on crack? Who sent me this crap? Moscow, Belarus land bridge is gone. Okay. Well.
June 1st. the bridge collapsed, if there is one.
It's well, so first off, Russia got its ass kicked yesterday and the day before yesterday. Today, Kiev got their ass kicked. Yes. It's not me, buddy. I have nothing to do with what goes on over there. Trust me. Uh-huh. No, really, I don't. You know what? Oh, let me show y'all this right quick before we're going to go to break in a couple minutes. But let me show y'all this right quick. Let's see. Put this over here. This is about a 9-minute long clip. Shit, it might be a break. I don't know if we'll play the whole thing. Let's see. Let's get rid of that for a minute. Then I had already queued up a song too. Look at me. On the ball now. I'm going to change everything around. If you want to come in, Steph, just let me know. I'll send you an invite. You can come in.
I think the dog made a ruckus to come in here just so he could come in here to make a ruckus.
Yeah.
So I let him out.
You gotta love animals like that. No, Jessica, it's where? Oh, I thought you said Venezuela. I was like, what the hell? You better not be talking to Americans. That make them get you down there, girl. I'm just saying.
Oh, is this Japan's railgun testing?
Oh no, that we might even have that one somewhere. I think it said this is something else.
Laser.
This is an actual live fire here. Let's see if we can get the whole thing up there. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, let's see. Where's the button there? There we go. I think this is the one I seen earlier. Look at this shit.
FBI testing? Yep.
Man, it just burns through there like it wasn't nothing. It's killing drones too. This thing kills anything. There's a damn look at it. There's a don't look like the old ones, and this is a different one here.
Just melts the wings right off of it.
Damn. Oh, look, there's a fainlings right there. Ooh. No,
The drug boat.
Boom. It missed. Oh, or it didn't miss. Oh, it was just going for the weapon only? Well, that was cool. So it was just arming it. It wasn't blowing it up. I didn't know it could do that. That's fancy dancy kind of stuff, man.
Wow. Bye. I just melted the helicopter blades.
Oh man, I don't know, people. Just seems a bit on the crazy side. No, I don't know if this is the one or not, but this one I was watching is showing 8 or 9 different types of lasers we're using right now in different ships and stuff. And the damn thing is badass. Well, they seem to be using different things for different things. See, this is a drone.
It's a drone. See you later.
Yeah, see, it's taking the drone out. That's all it did. They're not. They want serious. You know, they're working on this Golden Dome bullshit so that if we want to go start a war with somebody, we can. Yeah. Oh, look.
Drone gone. Yeah.
Oh, look. This is just a little truck-mounted laser.
It's like an IED. It detects in the road.
So I wonder if there's like a minefield. If you can just like fan this thing over the minefield.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Oh, is that a sub? Oh.
It was.
Oh, there goes a little mini drone with your man. Your man, get the out of here, man.
Yeah, really take your pre-generated corn out of here.
I got you muted anyway, you no good bastards. So you can bounce your little road all over the place.
They got mutated corn fields all over Maryland, up over here across the border.
Alien corn. Y'all hear that, people? Alien corn. That's what he's talking about.
Mutant corn. Serious.
Oh, this is bullshit long commercial here.
Here we go.
Oh, look, it's got a little ceasefire button. How cute.
Yeah.
Damn, it knocked that down with no effort.
Yeah, it's just burning the wings off of them.
So let's see what it does here. Oh, it's going blue. So yeah, it just blew that little box off the. There it is. It just blew it off the top of the ship. You see the box right there? That's pretty good targeting.
Yeah,
Because I guess it could have just shot the middle of the boat and set
very
it on fire.
precise.
Oh, look, there goes a missile. Can it get a missile? Oh. Can it get a missile? Come on, can you get the missile? I think it got the missile.
Something happened.
We're moving into the future, people. Now we're shooting lasers at you. It wasn't bad enough that we had nuclear weapons and stuff. Now we're shooting lasers at you. You heard Elon wants to build a AI ran micro shield to keep the sun, to help the planet cool. It could be deployed and opened and closed and used to help.
Meaning he could put it up there, and then once he's on Mars, turn it on all the way and like choke off the entire sun and kill us all.
That's right, kill us.
Yeah.
Freeze, you bastard. Well,
way to go, Drax.
No, these fucker with this climate shit is driving me crazy. So, they got this thing going on down in Brazil. Nothing's going on down there, by the way. Gavin Newsom went down like, who did he think he was representing? He's not the fucking president of the United States. No one over there gives a shit what he's talking about. Matter of fact, the Brazilian news was like, why is this guy here? He's not president of the United States, while asking who he was. Like, you have no business being here, face fuck. It's we're talking about Governor Gruesome Newscomb. Yes, his name is Gruesome Newscomb. Yes, he's governor of California.
And he's a scumbag.
He is a scumbag. He's been stealing from the burn victims down there, scumbag bastard. Well, he got busted. So the first 50 million of the 100 million they had for the fires went to a bunch of different companies. They're all listed on the website, but none of them seem to have anything to do with the fire. And then there was another 50 that was getting ready to get doled out. And one of the companies that was involved actually belonged to him and his wife. Now, when it hit the news, they wouldn't immediately removed it from the website. Yes, well, he was Newscomb. What can you say? That's why we call him Gruesome Newscomb. Oh, man. Y'all going to love this one. I know we got to go to break in a minute, but so Russia debuted its new robot.
Oh.
Brought it on stage, debuted.
I saw that.
You seen it? Took the one step and planted its face firmly into the ground.
Face plant right on, exit stage right, bam.
Yeah.
Crush its face. And then they get this, and they throw a blanket over it, we wouldn't think, it had some sort of horrific, injury. So they throw a blanket over it, so we wouldn't know that their robot fell over.
It was.
I mean,
no, Jimmy. This was their pride and effing joy robot. This is like Elon Musk. Do you know how many robots? I don't even want to know now. Every time I turn around, I see Elon.
Every other day, there's a new robots video out somewhere.
Yeah, he's got fucking robots all over the place. That's how he's going to colonize Mars. They'll be waiting for you with your cocktail when you come in the evening, like George Jetson's little. What was her name? Rosie. Here you go. Give me your cocktail.
He's going to turn Earth into a robot depot shithole from hell.
Yeah, this way everything's going to be made to colonize the universe. Earth Manufacturing Corporation. I've been trying. I'm going to watch Blade.
You might even call them droids.
Yeah, it's the droids. I was watching some droids today get their asses kicked on Star Wars by the Clone Army. No, Jimmy. No, we got to take a break. We're going to go to break. We'll be back in about 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, hold your questions for the next third.
Yeah, and then we got a bunch more news to get out. And yes, well, we had to talk about Epstein. You wanted to hear about him. No, but it's funny that you hear them talking about Trump and Epstein, and then when you think about it, he's the guy who threw him out of Mar-a-Lago, and he's the guy that convicted him or brought him into for conviction.
And here it is 6+ years later, and we're still talking about a dead man.
Yes, a dead man. Yes. And of course, in this case, he's a dead man, so he can't say anything about anything that was written. And the victim is also dead. She committed suicide after she was interviewed and said she had nothing. Trump was always nice and never did anything to her. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure. What bothers me about all this is okay. So she tells you this. So why not right then and there ask her and say, well, who else was there, baby? Why don't you tell us and we'll get them no good motherfuckers for you and cut their balls off and shove them up their ass. Or did I say that out loud? I apologize to anyone listening. I apologize, ladies. That was simply a thought that somehow got vocalized.
Hmm.
No, anyway, just to get that taste out of everybody's mouth, we're going to play some very sweet and innocent Christmas-like music. I wish I could play some Metallica on here. They won't let me.
Every time we do, they cut
throw us
off.
off. No, both Facebook, YouTube, everybody just tosses us.
It's up.
It's a pain in the ass. No, it's a pain in the ass. We wouldn't mind, but that's where the chat rooms are. So it's not fair to the people who are listening to us in chat because they decided to have a hissy fit. No.
Yeah, and then they
by the way, on other news, while I'm thinking about this, before we go.
Right, doesn't matter. This is what happened today.
Deal with YouTube.
I want to be able to
back on YouTube
form my
TV
own
so
opinions.
if you're a junkie watching them on YouTube, which I don't know why you just don't fucking watch them on Disney, you should be happy now. Well, sometimes these streaming services are dumb. So why go to Prime to watch Disney? Or why go to any Hulu or anything else to watch Disney? We could just go to Disney.
Yep.
And Disney has a bunch of stuff to watch on it because Disney owns Hulu and ABC and all sorts of crap these days.
Well, yeah, they have ABC, Hulu, and then they have Star Wars, Marvel. They have a whole bunch of different. They have National Geographic, a whole bunch of different franchises.
Yes. No. Anyway, we're going to break, guys. We'll be back in a few minutes. This is just Lindsay dancing around. Oh, we were going to do the other one. I did the wrong one, but anyway, y'all have heard this one before. But here we go. While we go to break, let me put this on, and we'll see you in about 8 minutes, or less, or more.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, if you watch, and close your eyes. Out loud, look at this girl. Shame on you. Playing the little bells here, people. Oh, yeah, she took me ahead and get sassy with that young. This girl has some rules that way. Ding dong, ding dong.
Very well edited.
Do what?
Very well edited.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
does. It's good. It's a
very
good.
fast music.
Definitely a good flick. I mean, a good video. No, guys, we got this one for y'all right now. We're gonna pop it up in just a second as soon as I can find my way out of here. Who is this thing? Oh, this is Dean Martin. Yes. We played Rocky Raccoon earlier. Well, if you weren't here, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you have to see the archive.
Yep, you'll have to go back and listen. That's hey. It was requested. We played it. We told you, take a listen. No, when we play this, though, we're coming back. We got some more news to do. And yeah. No, we'll see in about. I think this is only like 2-3 minutes long. It's not real long. No, it's a shorty. Yeah, it's a shorty, man. Yes,
Can't see that season already.
Yeah, on Happy Crack.
Can't see that season already.
Right.
I protest. I protest.
No.
Just had Halloween. What the hell?
I know, man. It was just Halloween.
Really, literally, just quite was.
Yeah, what, 14 days ago?
By so freaking quickly, it's not even funny.
Nah, January was 14 days ago was Halloween, yes. And we're what? How many days? Not 16, 13 days 13, 12 days to Thanksgiving? Is it the 26th or the 27th? I don't remember. I think it's the 27th, actually. Wait, Jesse, what? Yeah, it's Thursday the 27th this Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I'm getting all the calendars up right now. I'll be just a second. I'll get them back up here.
Well, somebody asked me that the other day. So for UFO on the Cover, the last 2 shows of December, I think is on Christmas Eve, if I remember right. Let me see. I think it is. Let me double check. Yes. So Wednesday. So it's Wednesday is on December 24th. That's Christmas Eve, and then 31st, of course, is New Year's Eve. Yes. I am not going to be talking about UFOs on New Year's Eve. I'm going to be talking about champagne. Hopefully, some nice Paris Juliet, maybe a nice Dawn.
Perrier Jouet. Yeah, it's Perrier Jouet's arcade. But I mean, if I'm going to go, if I'm going to buy something that's $120 a bottle, Perrier Jouet is one of them. I go for the $11.99 fresh net version. It tastes exactly the same. Close your eyes, pinch your nose. You can't even tell.
It's not about that. Why, Chris? That's you mean the more money you spend on champagne, the more money you make that year? I don't know. Have you given it a try? I've had some pretty good years where I've spent some serious money.
All right, we're ready for the countdown. Here we go.
I've had some boring years too.
Where the hell are we? There we go. All right, here we go. There it is. Halloween. Oh shit, I'm not on the countdown actually. I thought I was. Damn it. 349 days, 22 hours, 46 minutes until the next Halloween. 11 days, 23. Just call it 12 days till Thanksgiving. Bam. I didn't think it was that close already.
Yeah, 27th. Yeah, it's on the 27th.
Yeah. And then this is Christmas is 39 days, 23 hours. Just call it 40 days. And then New Year's is 46 days. Call it 47.
There we go. Y'all ready, people? We're going to holiday it out. I'm ready for the holidays. What are you talking about? I'm always ready for the holidays. I love me some holidays, man. What the hell are you talking about, Jesse James? I love me some holidays. Dude, I've been calling you Jesse James for however long since you've been on Pal Talk. Yeah. I don't hear about no Pal Talk people. I ask y'all remind me. Nobody reminded me, so bite my big right cheek is all I can say about that. Yeah, I'm serious. Idiot. Anyway, let me see. Where'd I do it all in stories? Let's see what we got here. Yeah. We love you some Trump. Oh. Real quick about 3-Eye Atlas. I don't know what the damn thing's saying, but it does seem to be yapping at us.
Wait, what?
I said I don't know what 3-Eye Atlas is saying, but it does seem to be yapping at us.
So, sending signals now?
They say it's been communicated. They don't know if it's communicating with, or if it's just sending out You know how Saturn sends out noise and Jupiter
Yeah.
sends out noise. They're not 100% sure what the hell it is actually.
Was Halley's Comet sending out a noise?
I don't know if anybody's ever listened. That's a
Hmm.
relatively new thing since Cassini.
Hey Google, does Halley's Comet have a radio frequency signal?
I don't know the answer to that specific question, but
Yeah, because I don't think they've ever looked.
Wikipedia.org, Halley's Comet is the only known short-period comet that is consistently visible to the naked eye from Earth, appearing every 72 to 80 years, though with the majority of recorded apparitions occurring after 75 to 77 years.
So the answer is she doesn't know.
Nah, I could have told you that because I don't think we've ever listened. Let's see.
Yeah.
Ukrainian SOF crushes Putin's $1.2 billion crown jewel weapon in single strike.
What kind of crown jewel weapon is it?
It's their air defense.
Oh.
$1.2 billion. And they took it out like it wasn't nothing. Also took out more of Russia's infrastructure.
So wait a minute. A hillbilly soft porn actor turned president took out Russia's high-tech missile umbrella?
Yep, with 2 drones.
Wow.
It's the second time they've taken out one of their big defense platforms. So
Yeah.
they're basically making Russia invadable.
With toys. With freaking toys. They're using toys.
They're making them invadable, and it's going to make it to where we can shoot down their missiles easier. So Russia needs to end this war before they become vulnerable. Let's see what's
They need to come to the table and
Oh, now this one. I guess we're going to have to send Elon to space to save the Chinese.
Yep, he's already been asked about that. That was last week, wasn't it?
Chinese astronauts alarm after finding cracks in their spacecraft window.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so do you bring them back? Or do you send Elon to save your ass and be embarrassed?
I say you send Elon up with a big batch of antibiotics, and before they step on any stuff with the American flag on it, you stick him in the ass with a goddamn, whatever it is to kill whatever they got.
Let's see what's next. Kristi Noem appears on Fox News as viewers all ask what happened. Yeah, what happened? She's been out on vacation. What happened? Actually, she's fighting with the Chicago thing. So they're getting a stay because the judge in Chicago said they had to release 600 of the detainees they caught. And she's getting a stay to get it stopped to get an appeal. Now, Jack, I don't think they were all from Chicago. I'm not sure what that was about. And then they were showing another facility in Chicago where there'd been a lot of rioting and none, and then they were rioting again today.
Great.
Yeah, it's well. No, we talked about this earlier. Amazon pulls
660 corporate offices from Manhattan, New York.
Yeah, they can't be associated with a communist. It makes them look bad. No,
they're the epitome. They're the epitome of capitalism. 100%. Yeah.
Let's see. The Ukrainian war, latest live. Ukraine's down 14 Russian missiles. Strikes back with long. What's it? Neptunes. Lizinski says. Oh, strikes back with long Neptunes. I didn't see that part. That's one of their long-range missiles. NASA confirms 3-Eye Atlas accelerates without gravity and heads for Earth line of sight.
What?
That's what it says. Earth's line of sight, meaning I don't think it's headed here. It's just meaning we can see it. China threatens Japan with military act as World War III fears spiral out of control.
Oh, that's
wonderful. That's because Japan said they would come to Taiwan's aid.
Oh.
Deadly laser weapon vaporizes enemy boat on camera.
We just watched that?
We might have. Newsom, I had a couple of those. I got some other ones we're going to show probably tomorrow. But see, Newsom's sanctuary policies under fire after drunk illegal immigrants kills elderly man.
Wow.
We already talked about the Belarus bridge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you hear about the backlash in the Senate?
About what? There's all kind of backlash. See, you got to be more specific.
I don't know if we talked about this. So the Democrats are coming up and do voting or whatever. They do their little spiel before they introduce the bill. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but the Democrats are coming up and congratulating each other on their 8-week vacation, referring to the shutdown. And then somebody got up and got pissed at him and said, cut it out. You guys are a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, well, that's stuff that'll be used in the 2026 election.
They're going to use it on February 1st when the government shuts down again.
It's well, Jack, because what the Democrats are asking for healthcare, the Republicans are not going to give them. It doesn't matter, even if the Republicans were to lose the House in 2026, it's still not going to get them that healthcare.
No.
What do you mean if they win the House and Senate? Yeah, but they still ain't won the presidency, and Trump will just veto it. And by the time it gets to them, they'll still have 2 years left. They'll never get it through the three times required to pass a bill without the president's signature.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the Republicans start to do other things. So I don't think they're going to lose the House. No, I don't think they're going to. They're definitely not going to lose the Senate. They may gain more seats in the Senate, but they're going to probably gain more seats in the House. It's because by that time there'll be other things that are going on. This stuff with the Epstein shit will be played out as much as it's going to be played out. It'll be played out in just a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have much life left, I'm sure.
But so he's going to give everybody in Social Security next year a $200 a month increase for 6 months to help with spending. Then he's going to give everybody a $2,000 check.
Yep.
Yeah. So all this is going to be before the midterm elections. So now, it's plus if the economy straightened out because gas is coming down. If the rest of the economy follows suit, it's like eggs down here 99 cents now.
Funny you say I didn't check recently, but I actually was getting gas, and I was commenting. At least it seems like it's coming down. And the guy looked up and goes, "Yeah, you're right," and then it went up. It literally the sign changed right.
Fucking figures. Yeah, that figures. Let's see what we got here. Iran seizes oil tanker attempting to navigate through the Strait of Hormuz.
What?
Yeah, they've done that before. They need whatever they can get their fingers on, I guess. Yeah. Bank of America halts all activity in 3,800 branches nationwide, closes for 48 hours.
Wow.
No explanation. NASA warns that was earlier today. I haven't looked since then, people. NASA warns 2 house-sized asteroids approaching Earth.
It doesn't sound that ominous. House
we got lasers now. Look, now we got them lasers now. Why can't we just
lasers? Yeah, and house size, I'm not worried about. Call me up when it's Texas sized.
Yeah, then we get
And then we can worry.
Former U.S. ambassador to Venezuela warns odds of attack on country have risen from 10% to 80%. Facts because of the ground has changed.
Did he just say Venezuela's going to attack us? Is that what you're saying?
No, we're going to attack them.
Oh.
Yeah. Donald Trump's $2,000 checks could be paid to 150 million Americans. That's $300 billion, if I remember correctly. My math.
It's a good deal. It's a good chunk of change.
Zohran Mamdani wants you to boycott Starbucks. Sorry. Because he's an idiot. That's why. He's an idiot.
Cold moron.
He's a fucking idiot. Frank, I really don't know. It's well, anyway, no, he's an idiot. Well, Trump's going to be okay in the Epstein stuff because there's nothing really there. But if there was something there, he wouldn't be. But I'm not worried about the girl that was on CNN now, because everybody's going to say, "Why'd you wait till now?"
Yeah, I mean, we got into it a little bit on Church's Mavis with Jeffrey, and I said, look, you got to use logic here. The Democrats had this information all through Barack Obama's administration, all through Trump's first administration, all through Biden's administration. Now it's in the hands of Republicans, and they don't want it. Now all of a sudden, before they didn't want it released, or before they did want it released, now they don't. I mean, they keep flipping on it. If they had any substantial evidence in any of those files to put Trump behind bars, he would be behind bars right now. So there's nothing.
Well,
there must be nothing
like
in
the
that
guy
to put
said,
him in jail.
if there was something in this, they would have used it in the election,
Yes,
but they
they
did.
would have used it in the election. They would have used it to put him in jail. He wouldn't. They would have just killed, and they have used it to kill his career, and he could probably sue them for it.
Let's say, Jimmy, look, we're not. Democrats have just got a fucked up party right now. It happened.
It's what they call in transition. To use one of their woke terms, they're in transition.
Yeah, it into becoming a communist party. That's the transitions it's into.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Do I really think it's going to become a communist party? I think it's partially
Too
there.
late. Yeah, it's already there.
Yeah, I really think it's partially there.
No, we got the left wing and the right wing. I've got one in New York and we've got one in Seattle, both sides of the country.
Jennifer Talley. Who is Jennifer Talley? Huh. What's that, Chris? No, somebody had just sent me something in something paranormal. That's all. Out of New Orleans. I was just curious to who the person was. Yeah. They're Europe is being forced to kind of take care of itself. Now, what I mean by that is one of the deals that Trump had made when he was over there was that Europe needed to start taking on some of its own military and building its own stuff. So one of the deals just recently was they get a lot of their spy planes from us, so their eyes in the sky. So recently Saab came out with a new one, and NATO is going to buy some of them since it's a European thing, and we're trying to get Europe to develop planes and stuff like that along with us, because you never know who's going to come up with the best version of what.
Yeah.
And we might as well have our allies helping with everything too.
We used to use the British Harrier jump jet for years and years in the Navy and the Marines.
Jack, think of it this way. If you've got countries, a bunch of different countries from a lot of different places, all making weapons and planes, how can one country like Russia or China is going to have to make a different defense for each one of those things? Yeah, because Americans going to be this kind, they're going to be that kind, so on and so forth. So it makes it really hard to defend yourself. Hey, it just does. Well, yeah, because this puts you to help you with this. So think about this missile defense shield that we were talking about that the Ukraine just took out. This is Russia's top. Yeah, this is Russia's top of the line, state of the art. The same one that China uses and Iran uses and other countries use. A lot of China's stuff is based on this. And the Ukraine just basically showed it was a useless piece of shit.
They took it out with a toy. Radio-controlled toy.
You want to know where China's going to be dangerous to the United States, Jimmy? It's not going to be with chips or planes or anything. It's going to be the ability to mass-produce drones at tens of thousands at a time.
With explosive devices to go with them.
Yes.
So lots of munitions manufacturing, lots of toy making.
Yeah, so they
Santa, get your elves out, dude.
That's right, because they're going to be working overtime.
Yeah.
Well, no, a lot of this stuff, they have a lot of stuff they need in-house. And they control a lot of rare earths, but the problem is a lot of stuff they do need to have to get imported. So that'll be their downfall.
And China, unfortunately, controls about 91% of the world's production on rare earth magnets.
Yeah, all of that's changing.
You need them for electronics. You need them for radio control. You need them for autonomous flight. You need them for flying. You name it.
No, Jeff, you misunderstood what Jay said. No, Jay. Okay, it's not that they own all the rare earth minerals. They have the production ability.
They own 91% of the world.
They still have to bring in, they still have to bring in rare earth from around the world too.
They put it in perspective on Fox. So I think it was like 80% of the mining is done by China. The rest, it's all over the world. I think Australia is second or third. But what it boils down to is America. We mine, I think, 12% of the world's rare earths. We process 1%. The other 11% we send to China to process for us. That's to put it in perspective. We don't make enough.
But now that's changing because we want to start making everything in house. So that's going to force China into other
That's
things.
why China's having a hissy fit about it.
And the reason why is China knows it can be cheaper than us, but American products are better than Chinese products all the way around. We don't export products that kill babies and kill pets and shit like that. Send them with poisonous lead paint on them and shit. Poison in the infamy on the baby formula, poison in the dog food. Like I said, poisonous toys. I mean, that's those kind of things hurt China worldwide. It was kind of like when France did something and almost cost Perrier their franchise because Americans quit drinking it. I don't know what it was he did. One of the president over there did something, and everybody in the country stopped drinking Perrier water. They were just like, fuck you, we're going to boycott it. Not just that, they quit drinking French champagne. Yeah, the French were having a shit fit about it. Yeah, it was a long time.
The French are kind of assholes about it because there are plenty of other sparkling wines out there that qualify as champagnes. But because the grape wasn't grown in the Champagne region in France, France is like, oh, it cannot be a champagne because it was champagne. So who cares where it came from? It's the flavor that matters.
Well, that's the thing. The place it come from dictates the flavor. Right?
Like there's a Spanish grape brewed by a company called Freshenet, and it comes in a black bottle called Cordon Negro. It's like $11-12 for a fifth. It tastes very like Perrier Jouet, except it doesn't cost $112. It's 0.1% of the cost of a Perrier Jouet bottle, and you can buy 2 of them for $20. Go for 20% if you want.
No, he's talking about.
It's exactly the same. How is it not champagne? I don't get it. But sparkling wine, whatever.
Sparkling wine's a little bit different, but no, Jack. He's talking. If you've ever seen the champagne he's talking about, it comes in a bottle with white flowers on it. You can even get the matching glass sets if you want.
Yes, Perrier Jouet comes in a clear bottle with painted flowers on it, and Freshenet Cordon Negro comes in a black wrapped bottle, wrapped with like a wax or whatever. And both are very, very light, dry champagne, and they taste better, in my opinion, than the other one that everybody likes. The expensive champagne.
There's a lot of good champagnes out there, but
Perrier Jouet is one of them.
Yeah,
$120 a bottle.
What do you mean, Jack? You can pronounce it however you want. I know what you're saying. You can pronounce it however you want. It doesn't really matter. Jay's just adding a little more French to it. Yeah.
The French one.
What do you mean, Kirby? Oh no, because who's that star? She always calls it Paris Juliet, like Romeo and Juliet. That's not exactly how you say it, but I mean, she'd get away. She'd say whatever the fuck she wants, really. But it's a good champagne. It's a decent champagne. Don's a good champagne. There's a couple others you drink that are pretty decent.
I don't like Dom Perignon. I think it tastes like shit, to be honest with you.
No, see, it's like any champagne. It's not that. It's not how champagne works. It's all about the year, the weather, the grapes. So
let me put it like this: in every year type grape and whatever I've had, Dom Perignon tastes like.
I have drinking some 1955 Dom Perignon, and this shit was fabulous. It was sweet, smooth, lit your brain to fire at the same time.
Oh my gosh! The Perrier Jouet Belle Epoque champagne that you're talking about with the flowers, $189.99. Ouch! It's going up.
Yeah, we can get it cheaper than that down here, but it's you can get it as cheap as $69.
That's Pennsylvania liquor right there.
No, really, Jack, you can get it down here as cheap as if you want to just get the bottle itself, not with the box. Everything else you get it for about $69. They got one that comes in a velvet box. It's about $80, and then if you get the one with the 2 glasses, it's like $130. Yeah, they have one that comes with 2 painted glasses. Yeah, makes a good wedding present or a good anniversary present, good New Year's present. Mm-hmm. French William. Oh, okay. No, you're talking. I understand what you're saying there. So you're talking about Prince Andrew. As far as I know, he's pretty much been kicked to the curb.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he's pretty much a done deal. I haven't heard anything about his kids though.
I don't think any of his line is considered part of the next in succession for any of the royalty
No, they're
stuff.
not.
No.
But they're still.
They're done. They're actually were they excommunicated or something to that effect?
No, I don't think so. No, I think the kids are still fine. But what are you talking about, Jimmy? No, actually, when it comes to champagne, you just gotta find something you like. It can be expensive, it can be cheap, it can be in between.
Yeah.
Just gotta be something you like.
That's it.
Mm.
But look, honestly, I'm 59 years old. Throughout most of my college career, I was a bartender in Savannah and other places. If you can find that flavor now, Perrier Jouet is, if I'm going to go for champagne, I'm going to go for Perrier Jouet over Dom Perignon every day of the week. But if I can go for the Cordon Negro by Freixenet, I definitely will, because it's 1/10 the cost, and if you, like I said, if you close your eyes, you cannot tell the difference. It tastes exactly the same to me.
I don't know, Frank. Oh no. No, I like some good champagnes. I mean, it's like anything else. If it's something I like, there used to be a bar in New Orleans called Fire and Ice, and the bar itself was made out of ice. The whole top of the bar was ice, and along the bar on the edges they had fire going, actually real fire, so you could actually keep your hands warm while your drinks were sitting on top of the ice. Yeah, no, it was a cute little bar. So what they did there is they would open up 10 high dollar bottles of champagne every night, and you could buy it for whatever it was a glass, and it would vary per based on whatever the original price
40,
was.
50, $60 a glass or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be 5, it could be 10, it could be 50. It just depended. Well, there's bourbon bars like that I've been to that allow you to do the same thing.
Yeah, it's $80 a shot.
Yeah,
but
well,
also the fire and ice,
bourbon
though,
is like $5,000 a bottle.
But with the Fire and Ice, if it's the same bar I'm recalling, they had on the bar was made of ice, and they would use a ice chute where they would pour the liquor through the ice to pour it into the glasses, so they didn't have to use ice in the glass. It was poured through the ice as a chute to cool down the mixers and drinks.
They had something like that as well. Oh, Jimmy, you're talking about Cristal champagne. It's usually around $300 a bottle. Yeah. You'd be surprised how much I know about champagne. I'm not a huge drinker of it, but I do like it. Yeah.
It's fun stuff.
You want the truth? I always prefer whiskey. Beer to me is a waste of time. I have a really high tolerance to alcohol, and all beer tends to do is make me piss a lot. So, when you'll see me drinking beer,
it kind of does that for everybody, though.
Yeah, you'll see me drinking beer at maybe a barbecue, or if we're out fishing or tubing or something like that. I'm serious. I have an extremely high alcohol tolerance. Louisiana State Troopers still have me the highest score ever on their test.
Wow.
It's well, they were giving them on Bourbon Street DUI test, and the guy, so correlated speed per drink actually kept going up until I left. Oh yeah, I would take a shot and I'd already had a bunch of booze before it, and I'd sat down, I'd shoot a shot, and then hit the bell, shoot a shot, hit the bell, shoot. And the guy's like, "That's impossible. You're getting faster and faster." So then they give you this thing that shows your coordination and balance. I said, "I don't understand how your coordination can be getting better. You're drunk." I said, "I ain't drunk. I am effed up." They were confused. And it was great because they actually offered me money a couple of times to do some other testing with them. It was it just showed the difference, how alcohol affects people differently.
Yeah, we had.
Oh, you want to know why I had a high tolerance, Chris? Because I came from a fucking family of alcoholics for the last 500 years.
Yeah, same here. I also had a very high tolerance, I was an alcoholic through college, and I got those demons out. But coming up through high school, my grade year, we were the last kids that made the grandfather clause to buy alcohol in Washington, D.C. at the age of 18. So we could go to the beer and wine store and purchase wine or beer. We couldn't purchase liquor. However, we could go to the nightclubs and purchase beer, wine, or liquor. And my friends and I would go down to Georgetown and other places along Wisconsin Avenue in DC and just, drink until we couldn't drink anymore. And almost all the time, my friends would throw me their keys. I'm driving my friend's car and my drunk friends home from DC back to Maryland every time. So I eventually had no choice but to get good at it. But at the mall one time in Savannah, the police had a thing in the parking lot, and they had a car that they put a computer in it that made it rig it like you were, 0.08 drunk. That's how they had it leveled at. And so they said, well, you want to try it? I said, yeah. So, and it was like a charity thing. So I had like $5 I give them, and I got in it, and then I drove the thing, and a policeman gets in with you and explains everything and how to operate. And you go around, and they had a cone course throughout the parking lot, and I did it. And the dude's like, damn, man, you got, I don't forget what my score was. He's like, it's like the highest score we've had today. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, I don't want to tell you why I'm good at it, but okay. So then I was talking to them after I walked away, and they're like, you should try that again. So I gave them another $5. I did it again. And the same police officer and I went around the second time in the same vehicle. And they had two of them, but we had the same car. And I did improved. I did better. He's like, damn. And I was like, that's a record. I'm like, you're kidding.
Yeah,
but I didn't ever tell them that I had experience driving drunk for years and years. My idiot friends back from DC.
Pete, there's always somebody in the group that drives. But these days,
there's always one that's better than the others. That's for sure.
No, when I was young, I drunk and drive. I'm not gonna lie, but when I got older, I quit.
It's just not worth the hassle.
What do you mean? What? I've told this story 100 times. So a long time ago, we were coming home from Mississippi. We were up gambling on the coast and drinking, and I was driving home, and we got stopped. And the cop said, "Did you see whatever that was in the road?" I never did know what the hell he was talking about. And I was drunk, so he had no problem taking me to jail. I was well over the legal limit for alcohol. So he looks over at my wife and says, "Were you driving home?" She said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Thank you." He said, "Well, so Mississippi, the coastal cops have a thing. They don't take you to jail if you're a tourist at the casinos. Well, they try not to anyway.
Yeah.
Not that they won't, but they'll try not to.
Because you won't come back."
So anyway, they let me go. And a couple of weeks later, because we were going to court, and I could have just paid it, but anyway, we went to court. And my wife was telling me about the guy, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "He was an old fucking fat white redneck fucking cop." And she just looked at me like dumbfounded, like, what are you on drugs? Like, what are you talking about? She said, "No, he was a tall, thin black guy, really young guy, really nice guy." I was like, "What?" I said, "Baby, no." And we argued about this for like 2 weeks. And we got to court, and guess what? He was a tall, thin, young, nice black guy. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I'm not shitting y'all, people. That's what I remember. A short, fat, white, squatty, fucking dickhead state trooper guy. He wasn't even a troop. He was a regular sheriff. I know. So I never drank.
Are you implying that there is an irregular sheriff out there somewhere?
Yeah, probably so. But especially around here. But no, after that, I didn't drink and drive anymore. Well, I used to make her crazy because they have this bridge that goes over the causeway. It's not the real long bridge. It's not the longest one in the world, but this one's about 6 miles long. And I would get on it, and I would let go of the steering wheel, and I would go across the entire bridge, and I would be just saying, one with the car, one with the car, one with the car. I did it probably more than 100 times. You see, I'm still here today, but then after the thing with the cop, I didn't drink it. I didn't drink and drive anymore.
Yeah, we've got the Bay Bridge here, and then on the other side of the bay, we have the Bay Bridge Tunnel, and I've been on both. And the Bay Bridge itself is like, I think it's within the top 5 or 6 longest bridges in the world. It's definitely within the top 10. And then the Bay Bridge Tunnel is like, it's not technically the longest bridge in the world, but it's the longest. I think it's one of the longest spans across a waterway. And it's like, I don't remember the exact number, but it's like 5 miles of you're above the water. Then you're 5 miles of tunnel, and then 5 miles of bridge, 5 miles, and you go up and down, up and down. It's pretty freaking neat. But the Bay Bridge itself, it's a suspension bridge. It's scary. I've driven it 2 or 3 times. I won't do it again. I have to be a passenger. I can't do it.
Well, fucking don't come down here then. We got fucking big bridges everywhere, and I got
lucky when we left. Was it Austin?
Everywhere.
I think Austin, Texas. When me and Brian were driving him out to Arizona, we had to. It had to been. It was Mississippi, and it had to been Austin, No, Memphis. It had been the Memphis. It was a suspension bridge across the Mississippi. That was
River, yeah.
yeah.
Well, in the
Not fun.
city, we've got 2 suspension bridges going over the Mississippi. But up in where is it at? Up the river a little ways, they got this big swaying suspension bridge out there. Not like the ones the Mississippi River bridges are suspension, but they're a different kind. They're not, they're made differently. This thing, it looks like something out of maybe left over from a Holocaust or something, because it's sitting in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's nothing out there. It's just a big bridge going over the river in the middle of the swamp, and it just sits there. And it's just to connect those 2 sides of the river. It's a big ass bridge. I mean, because they know eventually it's going to grow out there. So it looks like. And then of course there's 2 in Baton Rouge crossing over, and then there's all kind of like the Intercoastal Canal. So these bridges do this stuff. They go up, and then they arc and go down. And the reason why is because the rivers aren't that wide, but the fucking oil rigs are massively tall. And they have to be able to get underneath those bridges.
Same with Savannah. There's the Savannah Bridge is a huge suspension bridge, and it's probably it's got to be at least 150, 200 feet up. But there's a I think it's Georgia Pacific paper mill plant up the river, and so they have these huge cargo containers that have to go under that bridge, bringing them raw materials to make paper with.
It's great. What's it? Chris, one of the too, Mississippi had to build some big bridges. Matter of fact, there's a couple of bridges in Mississippi on the Pearl River where they can take the centerpiece off the bridge completely. You want to know why? Because the tanks for the space shuttle used to be built not even 10 miles from where I'm living right now. And they were so fucking massive, when they went under the ships, they would have to actually bring a crane out there and pop out the center section of the bridges so that it could go underneath. And no, these interstate bridges are tall.
Have you seen the bridges that spin away? Instead of it being a drawbridge, the bridge spins away from the road. So
we got those down here too.
Roads like this, it'll go like it, yeah.
This doesn't do any of that. I mean, you have to physically bring a crane, and there's a section where there should be a raising, a drawbridge or something, but it's not. It's just a piece of concrete put in place that they have these pins on the side, and they hook it and they remove it.
Yeah.
Because everything else can fit underneath it. So there's no need to have a drawbridge. You only need to have one. And there's so many drawbridges in Louisiana that they don't like having them because the fuckers break all the time.
Yeah.
So a couple of evacuation routes, there's bridges back there that are 150 years old. They're old drawbridges. And some of them, I like the ones because they just turn out so that the roads like this, the roads usually like this, the whole bridge just turns facing the other way. They got the train ones like that. They got all kind of trestle bridges down there. All kind of fucking bridges down here. There's so much water that everywhere you go. I mean, New Orleans is like the southern part of the state's more like a bunch of islands. It looks like a hunk. It looks like a state, but when you start driving, you'll realize you have to cross water everywhere. There is no way to get into the city of New Orleans without crossing water. Period. You can't get there. It's impossible. If you're coming in from the east, you're going to have to cross the spillway and all those rivers and creeks along the way. If you're coming in,
but what if you live in the city? Do you have to cross water? If you live inside New Orleans City, you don't have to cross water.
Yeah, you do. There's canals all over the place. It's like fucking Venice down here.
No, I mean, if you live inside the city and you don't have to go anywhere outside of it, you don't have to cross any water.
Yeah, you do. Literally,
Really?
you do. So if you're in downtown New Orleans and you want to go, say, over to Harahan or something like that, there's literally 3 or 4 canals you got to cross to get there. See, they've closed in a lot of them. In the old days, these used to be bayous. So when New Orleans and Metairie were originally built, it was more like Venice than it was like today. They had barges they used to push up and down. All of those ended up becoming highways, where the canals where they built roads on the side of them because they were naturally high ground. So they built roads there, and then they started backfilling the canals. Then they started putting pipes and closing over the tops of the canals because it helped keep the flood. And when you close in the canal, it acts like a straw and it sucks the water off the street. When you have the canal open, the water has to fill in through gravity. So that's why they do that. It makes it much easier to pump it out. They do all of that, but still today, if you're from the river to the lake, which is only about 6 miles, 5 miles, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 canals running vertically, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 canals running, or 6, 7 canals running horizontally. It's like
So where you go, walking, driving, riding a bike, you have to cross the water at some point.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, Bay St. John. So if you lived on Canal Boulevard and at the river, you could drive all the way to the lake and never have to cross water because you'd be riding along one of the canals. But if you wanted to go to Mattery or go anywhere else, you'd have to cross a canal either way to get out of there. So it's like every other main intersection, there's a canal that runs along it. And there's a bunch that are underground now that have been covered up over the years that aren't there anymore. Unless you're a local, you don't know they're there, but they are still there. They're just covered now. You'll see them, there'll be like big neutral grounds in between two highways. And look how pretty that neutral ground is. Now, fuck you, that's a canal over there. You just can't see it anymore.
It's actually 20 feet deep.
Yeah, stay away from it. And then you can see where they built the original Canal Street. There used to be a canal that ran from the river to the lake, but they filled it back in. They killed all these people digging this canal through the swamp just to fill it in later on. But you can see it's kind of sunk in now. After the mud's packed in over the last couple of hundred years,
settled in a little.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it was something at one time or another. I say, Jimmy, yeah, New Orleans is definitely a different. It's not your typical United States city. It's not like
it's underwater. It's 10 feet underwater.
Well, people always say, "Oh, it's like Europe." Well, when my European friends come over here, they laugh their ass off. They say,
"This is nothing like Europe." I've
been
there.
When it had the cobblestone streets, it was closer, but still, it's a different attitude. New Orleans is a thing in itself. It's a true melting pot inside of a melting pot. Yeah, y'all like rest of America. Y'all are like the fondue pot and the fondue, and we're something inside the fondue itself that's melting inside of it. Yes.
Yeah.
it's well, the food down here is fabulous, and it's because we have no problem sharing recipes and changing recipes and making things good. And half the people in Louisiana are obese. What are you talking about, Christopher? Everybody's fat down here because it's a lot of good stuff to eat.
If you're a natural born resident of the state of Louisiana, you get a free beignet every morning.
That's right. Yeah, you should always bring your local state trooper a beignet and a cup of coffee. That way, if somebody ever tries to kill you, he'd be the first one there to save his beignet guy. Y'all think of it. When I was a kid, y'all remember that shit in the 70s and 80s and even early 90s about cops always at donut shops. That shit was true. When I was a kid, there was always cops at the donut shops. Always. Every time. And then sometimes we'd get caught out of the curfew and they'd say, well, you got to stay in the donut shop till 5 a.m.
Yeah, there was a song about, I forget what the exact phrase was, but it had something to do with had to go to the donut shop to get the police or something like that.
What got me is so many people just go hang out in the donut shop and have coffee and read the paper and shit. I'm like, what? The donut shop? This is a city in New Orleans. There's more things to do than hang out in a donut shop. Well, no, nowadays or the last 2 decades, they've got video poker in the donut shops. They got video poker in everything. If you serve food, you can have video poker. Yes. 3 machines. I have 3 machines. A friend of mine had 3 machines at the Hideout. His bar made about $5,000 a month clear. His video poker made $180,000 every 3 months. Clear.
Wow.
It's after the state got their cut and all the taxes were paid. Yeah. He made so much money, he opened 2 restaurants after him. The reason I know that is because I remodeled one of them. Yeah. And I made
free steaks for life, huh?
Yeah, so he had the 3 machines at the Hideout Lounge. So then they bought him and his partner bought this restaurant. They put 3 machines in there. So then they had to open it next to the restaurant they had. So they opened it, called me up, and we were going to put a door between the 2, but they said if we did, we couldn't put the machines in.
Yeah.
Because it would be considered one placed in. He said, but leaving the door out. So we had to get special permission to have a unisex bathroom because there wasn't enough room for 2 bathrooms. So we turned it into a sandwich shop and a little pizza joint and put 3 video poker machines in it. And every time I went over there to go do something for him and look at him, somebody was playing them fucking video poker machines. So they had 9 machines playing. They probably were, I think, making $2 million, $3 million a year off them. And that was a while back. I can only imagine what they're making now. No, they're still here. They're all over the place. Every bar room and half the restaurants have them. Yeah. You just got to be 21 or older.
Yeah, that's it.
And you
don't even have to drink.
No, they're not out in the open. They're in little boxes.
They're usually on the bar by
You
the
know.
bartender.
It depends on the donut shop. They're just wherever they got a spot to put up 3 machines and they build a box around it. Yeah, people can't watch you gamble. You have to be inside the room to watch them gamble. Shit, there's a place called Frost Top makes one of the best hamburgers ever. He's got 3 machines in the Frost Top, and it's rare to find one open when you get in there. Yeah, one of them things. Nah, Jeffrey, we get ready to get out of here. We done ran out of news for the night. Yeah. Well, I'm sure I can find some more, but we got a show to do tomorrow too, and Sean will be back with us tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Today you sound like he might have caught up with Jay's pregnancy. Or Jay's ex-pregnancy, I should say. Huh? I don't know. Nah, he is hey, Trouble. Where you been hiding it? Trouble. I'm telling you, that one is just What, Christopher? No, we gotta go in a few minutes. Yeah. It's past my bedtime.
Yep.
I turned into a vicious person with a whip in my hand. Yes. So whip and paddle. You idiot. Oh no, you're on crack. Why, you gonna send me some food? I'm always hungry when I get off.
Yeah, well, especially this show, we tumble into food porn too often and frequently now.
Oh, I don't think you can handle it. Nah, you youngins, I don't know, man. What's that, Bruce? No, I'm talking to somebody in the chat room. Yeah. Nobody you know, so don't worry about it. Laura Cross fish. Well, when I first seen it, I wanted to say crawfish, but obviously there's a W. This is crawfish. Where are you from? You're originally from England? From Brookshire? Where are you now? Oh, you're in New York City. Well, I feel for you, blood. Yes, I do. Yes.
Not for long if you don't want to be a communist.
It's oh no, Amazon's leaving. Yeah, we reported it earlier in the thing.
660
yes, he
jobs.
He did say to stay out of to boycott Starbucks.
Those statistics, by the way, came from the New York Office of Unemployment Insurance. So those guys automatically, I mean, they must have did it that same day. They all filed for unemployment.
I used to have an electric whip, but Jay asked me if I'd give it to him. Well, Carl, you're sick. Not like that. Give it to him from him to use, stupid. Not from me. Y'all some perverts tonight. Y'all been hanging out with Epstein, I can tell from this crowd.
Yeah, someone's been reading the Epstein files without supervision.
What do you mean? Well, you mean number one killer of babies in the United States? We don't want to get into that. It's too late at night. Well, I think last year they said 1.1 million abortions. All the way you look at abortion. If you look at it as, okay or murder, I mean, there's lots of ways to look at abortion. No, because Carol, men don't have rights when it comes to abortions. Men have no rights when it comes to men and rights.
For the most part, yeah, none.
So basically, what you get is you get woman gets pregnant. Judge says you have to pay child support or marry the bitch, one or the other, or both. Okay, bitch decides she wants to have abortion. Too bad, Dad. You want the kid? Not my problem. She just kills a baby. It's 50% his child. He should have some say in it. If a man has to pay to have a baby because a woman decides she wants to keep it, then a man should have the right to say something in an abortion. And if he don't want a baby, he should have the right to abort it too. If she don't want to abort it, then he don't have to pay for it. This is a one-sided thing. This is bullshit. Well, it's going to change sooner or later because guys are getting tired of it now. Yeah, finally guys are waking up and saying, there's enough of this bullshit. Well, so it used to be that one guy for every 10 divorces, one guy may have have raised their children. Now it's 4 guys out of every 10 and climbing every day. Guys are liking raising their kids. What are you talking about, Stephanie? Okay, there's bad people in all sectors, all right?
Yeah, you're not going to get away from bad people until there's a paradigm shift in the human genome and we all start thinking along certain parallel lines. And that might be kind of boring.
Well, let me ask you something, Carol. Why do you think the last presidential election abortion wasn't a bigger deal if Trump took all the rights away like he said he did? Which was actually Congress, but still. Well, I'm just curious. So if you were a Democrat, I don't understand what any Democrats were bitching about, because every blue state, it didn't change anything. Matter of fact, they made it worse because it allowed the states to be in charge. So states like New York and California started saying, well, you can go all the way up till the baby's born and even 2 days after and terminate it.
Which sounds to me like post nativity murder.
Yeah, that's
how do
murder.
you have an abortion if you just gave birth? That's not an abortion.
Yeah, I mean that's murder, people.
Yeah.
And the red states cracked down, but the red states didn't make it where women couldn't have abortion. They just made it where women couldn't have an abortion in their state. You still go to another state and have an abortion. And in a lot of the southern states, you can still get an abortion if it's for X amount of reasons. But for birth control, no. The states in the South have pretty much said, if you get an abortion because you weren't practicing safe sex, that's your fucking problem. We're not allowing you to murder a baby because you didn't practice. You were drunk and acted stupid.
Well, and I think that's part of the problem is a lot of people are using it as birth control rather than, a life-saving surgery.
What do you mean, Jesse? If I was a woman, I'd have had 10 kids. So I'm the wrong person to ask. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm not against abortion. I'm against abortion being used as birth control. I always have been and always will be. And I've always said the same thing. If there is someone willing to take this child that shouldn't be allowed to be aborted, there are waiting lines for people to get infants, waiting lines. So instead of giving somebody what they're looking for, we're just going to murder it and toss it and use it for experimentation. So let's not forget, people, the fetuses get used for experimentation.
Yeah.
That's where stem cells come from.
Stem cell surgeries.
That's where it comes from.
And don't forget, also there was, was it the 90s or so? Particularly in the Hollywood sector, there was such a shortage of adoptable children in the United States that most celebrities and high profile figures were going to Africa and China and other places to adopt children.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, you're aborting 1 million babies a year, so that people can go to Hollywood, could go overseas and get babies. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Shameful. Yeah, it's shameful.
Well, I'm all for saving kids all around the world, but I mean, when you've got them here, shouldn't you save the ones in your own country first? I mean, that just makes sense. Well, like I said, I'm not anti-abortion, but I'm anti-abortion when it comes to using it for birth control. Well, the southern states before all this happened had a three baby limit. Yeah, you could kill 3 and that was it. So what people down here would do is they would fly out to California or fly up to New York and get a 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised how many women have had more than 6 abortions. It ain't good for anything. Definitely not good for their body. It's not good for their soul either.
But yeah, I mean, I think the reason they came up with the 3-strike rule is they're basically putting the equivalent of a roto saw and a vacuum up there to chop the fetus up, and that causes all kinds of damage. So the more that happens, the less likely you are to, if you do get pregnant after the 3rd and 4th abortions, you're less likely to have a baby that will live to term should you decide to do so. So you're just harming yourself by doing it further and further over medical recommendations.
Well, Jesse, they may not even need abortions anymore, because from what I hear about the the after hour pill, after night pill, whatever it's called, the day after pill.
They call it the Plan B pill. It's usually like $25 to $50 at your, depending on your insurance and or not lack of insurance. It's an over the counter at the CVS, but you have to be 18 years old or older to buy it.
Yeah, it's the day after pill. Yeah, it's an abortion pill. Yeah,
and it's
so
not technically, not an
this,
abortion pill. You have to take it within, I think, up to a week of your last sex. And what it does is it impedes the ability of the if the egg is fertilized, it impedes its ability to attach to the uterus wall and is just out with the period at the end of the month.
the people. This is how sick our society came. Not only do we say okay to kill millions of babies a year, now we're selling pills so you can do it at home and they're not even going to be counted. We don't know how many people are taking them pills and taking them, or how many, because I guarantee they sell you more than one pill at a time.
No, I believe they only sell you one at a time.
Well, that would be good then. At least then they can keep
it's one pill, $25 or $50.
At least they can keep counting on the abortion pills themselves. Jimmy, look, I just have a hard time with a healthy, viable fetus to kill it. I mean, it's just fundamentally against what I am. But see, you're just assuming when you say, oh, the baby may be treated this and the baby may be treated. You don't know that. And you don't know who may have adopted the baby. You don't know that baby could be the next cure for cancer, the person that gets us into deep space, the next Elon Musk. You just don't know who they are. Yeah, it could also be the next axe murderer. You are playing Russian roulette with this. But still, you are taking big chances when you start murdering 1 million babies a year, and it's not just in this country. You have to start thinking, who are you killing? And why do we have the need to kill? I mean, we have fucking birth control. There is no need for abortion other than in certain cases.
And just people need to be more responsible. That's really what it boils down to.
Well, you know what? You always got to wonder why America don't do male birth control, because there are countries where they have male contraception. And
it's like most of Europe has it.
Yeah, the birth rate drops. Men are much more religious about taking a birth control. Because they're regulating when they want to have a child, whereas some people are husband hunting and don't really give a shit. Well, why do you think there's so many women with 4 or 5 babies from 4 or 5 baby daddies?
Because they don't care.
We all want to act like, oh, it's like a one-time thing, but no, it's a problem in our country. How many they actually are?
It's not just our country. It's just about every other country, and it's worse in poorer countries.
I don't know, Stephanie. We got a lot of problems in this country when they need to be fixed. Well, again, before we go, I'll reiterate this. So Epstein was a what? Epstein's a liberal Democrat. His friends were liberal Democrats, and his business partners were liberal Democrats. And remember, liberals don't like Republicans at all. They think y'all are useless and pieces of crap and don't want to have anything to do with you. They talk down to you every time they can. So it's highly unlikely that he was, dealing with anybody else unless there was some money coming in on a business deal somewhere. Same thing with Diddy. Matter of fact, I didn't see anybody that Diddy hung out with, period, that wasn't a liberal. Not one. Somebody was telling me about what's that white rapper? Oh, he's a conservative. I said, no, you're thinking of Kid Rock. He is a conservative, but Kid Rock don't hang out with Diddy. That was the other one, not 50 Cent. What was his name? What the hell was his name? No, Vanilla Ice was a real rapper. The guy from Detroit, what was his name? Slim Shady.
Oh.
The Slim Shady guy. And he's a hardcore liberal. And he's a good friend of Diddy's. Hey, one of them things. You mean Justin Bieber?
Diddy files.
Yeah, you mean Justin Bieber? Justin Bieber was taken advantage of by Diddy. I don't know about Ashton Kutcher. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't.
I think Ashton Kutcher was in on the lifestyle for a while until he realized what was going on.
Well, Ashton in the beginning, when Diddy met him, he was still part of that 70s show. He was still a kid. Well, not a kid. He was an adult kid. Let me rephrase that. No, I mean he was over the age of 18. No,
But he
Bieber,
was
they
still
just
very kid-like.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
no. The rumors were they just passed Bieber around. We weren't there. We don't really know, and he's not going to say anything because it would ruin his reputation.
His already shitty reputation.
Yeah.
So
So
it's been a good 10, 15 years. We haven't heard about him at all.
I know. What do you mean, Raymond? Well, no, I'm not arguing with you. It does seem to be like Hollywood stars have an awful lot of gay and transvestite children. Pretty much everybody you mentioned has one, unless they're conservative. Then they don't have any, but still.
Yeah, it's like a prestige thing. Like, you get the Gucci belt or the Louis Vuitton handbag, and you walk around town strutting, going, "Look what I got." That's what it all
That's
is.
what it feels like. What do you
Yeah.
mean, Jack? Well, let me ask you this, Jack. How many of Clint Eastwood's kids are gay? How many of Arnold Schwarzenegger's kids are gay? Find me how many of George Bush's kids are gay? I'm not saying conservatives don't have gay kids. They do, but not like Hollywood stars, not like all these other stars where their transvestite daughter, transvestite husband, transvestite. It's ridiculous. And it is true. Those last 10 shootings were all transvestites, except for the very last one was just a guy dating a transvestite. That's when he killed Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
I don't know. But liberals are very violent, I'll tell you that. Yes, they are.
It's been in the news a bit just recently, Joe.
Especially if they live in a place called New Mexico. Yes. Them people out there are whacked, man. I don't know what it is about the New Mexicans, but they are whacked. And they smell funny, too.
So that high desert living.
Yeah. They smell like what, Jimmy? No, that's not what I said. I'd say anything like that, man. Where'd you come up with that, bro? They smell like cannabis. Well, that's half the country now. I mean, they're fucked.
And
half the country smells.
48 states. It's medical. 24 states.
It's ridiculous, people.
It's more than half the country. It's gonna eventually the whole place is gonna smell like a bag of weed.
Just remember, people, don't get caught on federal highways with marijuana. Don't get caught in federal parks with marijuana because it's still illegal in the federal government.
Don't get caught on certain state parks that might have federal funding from the Fed, because then you're dead.
They will take you to
PSA right there. Don't get caught on a
You need to be medicated. We're going to change your name. It's that song. I like that song. What is that song? Oh, no, I can't remember the name. Medicated. I think that's the damn name of the song. Where he rides around his car singing. Yeah.
Got me at a loss. I don't know it.
Randy. Rochelle. Yes. You mean England? No, I'm not allowed in England. Yes, they said no. I don't know. Something about aliens. I'm not allowed to go there.
Sean Kelly's also not allowed back in the state of Scotland, or the country of Scotland, because he was there for a few years. He was such a rebel rouser. No one there can outdrink the man, so they don't want him back.
What's that, Peter? Oh, it's because I'm in charge of military abductions. That's why I'm not allowed back in England. I was wondering.
Oh, yeah, that could be it.
I guess the king is scared I'm going to have him probed or something. Maybe the prime minister
again.
If I was going to have any prime minister probed, it'd be that fucking loser Carney.
Or Trudeau before him.
Yeah, well, Trudeau's gone, so I mean, he can still be.
He still deserves one, though, doesn't he?
Wait. Who was Trudeau dating? Trudeau's dating somebody famous. Somebody you wouldn't have thought he was going to be dating. Shit, now I can't remember.
I thought he was dating. Wasn't he dating some famous ballerina?
I don't know. Somebody everybody thought he would be dating. It was really odd.
Yeah, I mean, usually gay men don't date hot women.
You mean why there's a liberal government in Canada right now? Say thank you, Trump.
Yeah.
Because Trump went after him with terrorists. And so when this all started, the conservatives were up 26 points over the liberals. But when Trump started in on them about tariffs, it switched.
Paying their
I don't know why it switched. I don't know why they thought the Democrats were going to do better than the conservatives
I'm sure
did.
it was the phrase that he said, something to the effect that they're going to pay their fair share. They've been double dealing us for years. I mean, he laid into them without any kind of lubricant, if you will. And it was the way he's described how he was going to implement the tariffs was. I'm sorry, why are we surprised this happened? I mean, he set it up.
That damn song drove me crazy for weeks until I finally remembered it a while back. Finally, I was looking for it for a while. I just couldn't remember the name, the nothing of it. Yeah, it's a cool song, Jeffrey. Go listen to it. Mark, no, that's not Jeffrey Pritchett. Jeffrey Pritchett's in bed, man. He goes to bed like 8 o'clock and shit.
Yeah, he's an early sleeper, early riser.
No, he lives in Florida.
He's in the Panhandle.
Yeah, he's a Georgia boy, but he lives in Florida. I don't know exact location. I know what city he lives in, if that's what you're asking. Yeah. Florida's a cool. I don't know. I'm surprised they let Jeffrey in Florida. They don't usually let liberals in Florida, man. They're like, get the fuck out of my state. Yeah, he's got to be. So, and yeah, theory of a dead man. So, if you live in Florida and you're liberal, you can't tell anybody. No, they said it was okay.
They said it was okay for him to move in as long as he bought his recreational weed from their dispensaries and not across the street in Georgia.
Yeah, they. No, Florida's like its own little country. It's like California in a way. It's its own little country.
Oh yeah,
California sucks.
Well, California is what, the 5th largest economy in the world?
Yeah, I don't know if it is anymore. It was though for a long time. It was the 5th. I think it was bumped down to 7th or 8th now. But well, because
that's still pretty impressive for a state. I mean, it's like
gruesome. Well, think about it though. 48 million people. They're bigger than most countries. Bigger than Canada. Bigger than Australia.
Bigger than most of Europe. I mean, if you combine all the countries.
But not only that, they got all kind of military bases up and down, all kind of space stuff. I mean, there's all kind of shit there.
Yeah.
Now,
weather does kind of
being pulled out now. So. Yeah. So a lot of stuff in California is being taken out. Because California's crazy with taxes. California had more money than any state in the union, and yet has the highest taxes on anything. And Trump's saying he's thinking that you should not have to pay property tax on something you own. It's not truly yours if you've got to pay property tax on it for the rest of your life. Let's say you pay off your $500,000 house and you retire. Okay, so then you still got to pay like $3,000 a year in property tax. Let's say you're on a fixed income, you get behind a couple of years. They can come take your house that you spent $500,000 paying, or actually, if you bought it for $500,000, it means you spent $1.5 million paying it off, and just sell it.
Yeah. It's striking what kind of things can happen to you.
See, where I live in Mississippi, if you miss the last payment, you have 1 year from the time of the taxes, and not even a year. It's like 9 months, to pay your taxes. If not, your house goes up in the auction block.
That's what happened in one of the Grumpy Old Men movies.
Yeah. And then, so let's say that you have a home that's tax whatever it called, tax exempt. So you're only paying $400 or $500 a year. Let's say you forget or something happens and they sell you a $500,000 home for $500.
Yeah. Think about that.
Yeah. Well, they can get their ass in trouble with that. Putting old people on the street is not exactly considered cool. Yeah. Theory of a Dead Man. It's a cool song. Little girls riding around on a bicycle dealing drugs to everybody. I know. Drug addict. No, we gotta go. It's way past my bedtime. Well, no, I know sometimes we stay till 1, but we ain't got. What are you talking about? Russia loves you, and they want you to. So I didn't realize this. How many people have been moving to Russia? Conservatives from around the world are moving to Russia.
Really?
I know.
Why?
That's what I said. Because it's a very conservative country.
I guess so. Yeah.
What's his name? What's Carlson Tucker? He says Russia is fabulously great country. He said until all the sanctions hit him, they were just everything you could possibly want was there. It was always cheap.
Yeah.
I've never been to Russia. I've lectured via Zoom and other things in Russia, but I've never been there. I've done with Shukoff, I've done 9 interviews. Altogether, I probably got about 50, 55 I've done in Russia, mostly on ufology, a few on politics. There, about a dozen on politics. Well, they heard me talking about Xi Jinping and President. I was talking about Xi Jinping. I was talking about President Trump. I was talking about President Obama. And I was talking about Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin. And they had heard the conversation. That guy said, "We'd like you to come talk about it." He said, "You're the first American I've heard talk about other countries without just shitting all over them." I said, I don't hate Putin. I know what Putin's up to. I don't hate Xi Jinping. I mean, they're just trying to do what they need to do for their country, but not at our expense. Fuck that.
Right.
Go irritate somebody else. Leave us the fuck alone. And I got to give, that's something else before we get out of here. I got to give Marco Rubio credit. He basically told China, because China wants to put troops down in Venezuela, he said we would consider that an act of war.
Right.
Then he told, what's his name? Egon. What's the damn French president's name? He told him, he said, you need to stop bombing people in Caribbean. And Rubio told him, fuck you, mind your own business. This isn't your backyard. This is our backyard. He said, you can't even take care of the Ukraine in your own backyard. You don't worry about what we're doing here. You worry about what you're doing there. We didn't ask you to come help us. You asked us to come help y'all. He said, now we're down here taking care of business, which you should be doing, getting rid of all, because there's a big move in EU now to get rid of all the immigrants. They want them gone.
Yeah.
In Navy countries, I mean, there's a big move, and it's mainly because of the same reason here. It takes away jobs and runs up your crime.
Well, also the crime levels are skyrocketing in these same countries.
Yes, if it was up to me,
I'd
have you shot on.
Going back to the Caribbean, though, going back to that, some of the libtards from the Dems were saying today that it's not really fair that they're bombing drug boats that are coming up this way through the Caribbean. Most of those are going to Europe. Well, so what if they're going to America? Or if they're going to Europe,
we don't know where the destination is. All we know is there's a boat full of drugs. We're sinking the fucker.
Yeah, and they're not stopping when they're called by the police saying you pull over. You got drugs on you.
Jimmy, the reason why they don't try to arrest them anymore is because they shoot back. So why risk American lives over drug? No, they're cartel drugs. We're not going to do that. See, y'all don't remember back in the day when we went into Mexico, when the CIA and all of them went into Mexico and took out all them cartels. We're going to probably do that again, too. No, we don't care what that woman president says in Mexico. She can fuck off. She's lost all respect from America now. She's a piss poor leader. And she got groped at something the other day. So this poor woman, the president of fucking Mexico, was at a rally or something, and she got groped.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago that happened.
Who the fuck gropes the president? I mean, that's ballsy.
Well, I mean, they stomped right on him, but
I mean, that's ballsy, man. I mean, you got to be crazy.
Pretty nuts.
Maybe she liked it. What do you mean? She looks like, I don't know if she's a lesbian. I never looked. I don't know if she's married. I'd have to look.
I think she is married, and she is an attractive lady, but still, it's not cool to grab a lady like that in public.
I'd grab her ponytail and play caveman with her ass. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. What? Okay, y'all are on crack. No, okay, we're getting ready to go. Who are you? You're not old enough to play Yippee-ki-yay with. What are you, like 25 or something? You're lucky we even let you listen to our show. This is for adults, man.
Yep.
Look at this. Oh, somebody's volunteering. See, you already beat out. That shit happens, but we really got to go, people. It's
it's past our bedtimes.
I've seen Jay's woman poker his head in with a whip, so he, we're not going to ask no questions. To each his own, whatever you like.
The whole Indiana Jones vibe, and that's all I can say about it.
When you see him toss his hat on when he's walking out a little while, there'll be some shit going on. Sarah asked, did you get a job or are you working again?
Yes.
Did you know he was? Oh yeah, we have talked about it on air. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. That's all.
Yes, I did. Yeah, my full first ship will start Sunday 6 a.m. Yay!
6 a.m.
6 a.m. 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Who the
12
fuck
hours.
wakes up at 6 a.m.? Isn't that against the law or something?
I will be awake and alert and showered and dressed before most criminals and police are even off the streets. Think about that. I'll be getting going to work just as the sanitation department in Chicago is cleaning up all the dead gang bodies from the night's previous activities.
The only thing I ever would like to work at about 6 is I got off at 2. That was the only
Well,
thing I
okay,
ever-
so the shift right now it's peak hour, so I'm getting 4 days, 12 hours, so it's 48 hours a week. We'll be drawing in after taxes roughly around 900, flat, which is pretty good. And then after December, I'll lose $3 an hour differential in pay, but that's okay. I'm still making a $3 hour raise from my last job. That's good. And then Wednesday's shift goes till noon, so it goes to 40 hours, and the Wednesday's a half day. I get off at noon.
Okay, that's just weird.
Yeah, it's weird. But
It's,
I drive an order picker. I go. It's wire guided. I drive up and down. It's like a rat in a maze, and I grab cheese for other people.
what are you talking about, Jimmy? Oh, Lowe's and Home Depot can be some, you know what, sometimes.
I worked for both, and I can agree with whatever you said. I didn't see it, but I agree.
I've got a lot of business with both them companies over the years. Well, I don't pick which one's better or which one's not because
They're
for different
exactly the
things,
same.
for different things, that one's better than the other. Just depends on what you're doing.
You have to check your local stores. You'll go to one, and they'll have extremely high wood prices. You go to the other place, and they'll have low wood prices. And then you'll find out which one has the lower tool price. So one place you'll go for your raw materials because it's cheaper. The other place you'll go for your tools because they're better. And that's probably going to be the Home Depot.
So, Jack, usually when I made big orders, I usually got them from Home Depot because Lowe's gives you deals when you buy bigger orders, but Home Depot has an auction thing. So you almost, as long as it's over $2,500, they really give you serious discounts, up to 50% sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's
it's
a major
almost
sale.
Some of the contractors are paying almost cost, and then they call it the bid room. So what you would do is if you have and I think it's $1,500 actually.
It was 25. They may change it there.
Yeah, I think it's 1,500, but it may be 25. But if you have a huge job and you're going to be paying, $1,500, $1,200, $1,300 for a lot of wood, go to the pro desk and say, "Can you help me with the bid room?" And you wind up paying almost like cost.
Yeah, it's a serious deal, people. Well,
serious discount.
No, you don't have to be they do prefer that you are a contractor, but it's not a rule. Well, okay,
well, you will have to.
You
have to have an account at the pro desk, whether it's a civilian account or like Joe had an actual contractor's business account.
Well, because they want to know who you are. That's why. But I saved a lot of money that way. I mean, a lot. And I don't get me wrong. I made some profit off it, but a lot of times I passed a lot of it on to the customer, which made them really happy. Because the customer will go out and price like a job. It's so funny. I'll get a customer, they'll price the whole job at everything they need, and then they'll try to guesstimate on labor and all. And that's all I ask them. First thing I ask them, I said, "Well, you price it on how much is your lumber going to cost you? How much is material going to cost you?" And he'll go through it, and I said, "Oh, that's pretty steep." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Can you save me any money?" I said, "Off of that," I said, "Yeah, I can save you." I said, "On 60 grand, I can save you about 20." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I said, "I'm going to tell you a secret." I said, "I'm going to put 5 in my pocket for doing it." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I said, "That's not even before we do any work for you. That's just that part."
That's just the order of business of the day.
Yeah. He was like, "Damn." And Jeffrey, I didn't always give free bids out. So to be honest with you, a lot of times what we would do is we would charge for a bid. And then if we got the job, we would deduct the price of the bid off of the job. But see, if it's a small look, let me put it this way. If it was under like 5 or 10 grand, I just do the bid. But once it got complicated, no, some of them bids. So put this in perspective. When Katrina was going on, after Katrina, I was doing bids $1 million, $2 million, $5 million. So that's work. I mean, you have to go over everything 4 and 5 and 6 times. Make sure first off you didn't forget anything because there ain't no going back. Oh no, and then I would do the whole bid, price it all out, and then I would send it to my partner and make him review it. And then he'd send me back, Joe, you forgot this, you forgot that, you forgot this. How come this is so much? Why are we doing this? What do we need this for? And I'd send it all back, and we'd go back four or five times, and then it would go to the customer. And then the customer sometimes we call on the phone, you can't get any cheaper. This I said, shit, no, I need to be charging you more than this. And yes, John, I did leave some. Okay, look, different customers you handle different ways. Some customers I would leave wiggle room in. I had certain customers I knew no matter what had to wiggle at least 10 or 15%. So after a while, what I would just do is I would increase the bid by 15%, and then I would let them wiggle down like 5 or 7. I would still make 7% more than what I was planning on. Because customers, it's not always about the actual price. It's just feeling like you got a deal. And I'm going to tell you something about really rich people. They don't want to see cheesy prices. So let's say they've had 4 contractors come out. One guy said 105 and one said 98. And the other one said 55. The guy with 55 is not going to get the job.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably what the job costs to do, he ain't going to get the job. The rich person's going to look at him like he's stupid. You're going to be, well, how come these guys want so much and you want so little? It was a hard lesson for me in the beginning when I first got contracting because, we made good money and we had really good prices and our overhead was low. And I did customers say, you can't do it for that cheap. I said, I'm going to make a 15% profit off that. They're like, no way. I said, yeah. And a lot of times I made 22% off of it. Well, the goal is to make 30, but I'm not that greedy. So, and 15% of $1 million is 150 grand. For
Not
running
bad.
around bitching to people. And that's one job.
Change for some, but that's not bad.
And that's one job of how many? Well, it's why Denise, the reason they call it feast and famine work is because sometimes you got buku money and sometimes you're lucky you can eat a pancake.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what the distance is between this job and that job. Mostly we had a maintenance company that kept us in between jobs. But still, and sometimes, oh, you mean Katrina? I made enough money at Katrina that I went ahead to go back to work for 15 years. Yeah. Easy. No, we kept working up until I just sold the company in January. COVID hurt us. COVID hurt everybody, but
yeah,
a lot of our
people
customers, a lot of our customers sold a lot of their properties. They just wanted out. They lost so much money getting stuck on rents and shit that they just wanted out. Oh yeah, more than half our customers got rid of their properties. Fortunately, some of them, when they sold them, we kept the property anyway. There were several properties over the years that have been sold 4 or 5 times that we were still holding the work on. But a lot of them had their own people. One of our high-end properties we made a lot of money off of. I was friends with the guy who bought it, but he had his own. He already owned other properties. He had his own people. He wasn't going to use us because he was just paying them by the hour. He'd have paid us by the job. Yeah, and for the maintenance thing, we actually had set prices for the maintenance thing. So, like change out a toilet was $100 or $75. Average toilet price was around $125 plus labor. So you get a bill for like $250, and that was for a king toilet. For a squat, it might cost you $175, labor and materials. Oh no, those prices are going up now, Chris. Yeah, only because the food prices are going up.
Well, not just that. I'm not on Joe's side of the construct business. I was on the tool and the supply side. During COVID, we had the conduit was $1.56 before taxes. After tax, you're talking like $1.70, $1.80, $1.90, something like that. And it's just for a 10-foot plastic tube for putting electrical wire through, under $2. COVID hit, gasoline prices skyrocketed, plastic prices skyrocketed. That same stick now is $7.98 before tax. After tax, we're talking over $10 for something that cost them 27 cents to make per stick.
The bad part about this is
for $7.
A lot of these prices we're seeing right now are self-inflated prices.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff don't have tariffs on it. So everything, Well, no, we've seen some foods come down here. I mean, like I said, you can get a dozen eggs for 99 cents. You can get a 18 pack for $2.79. Unless you get them at Walmart, then they're a little bit higher, but still they're close. You can get gas from anywhere from 189 to 249, depending. Yeah, so you know, beef is a fucking pound of ground beef down here is $7.23.
Wow.
And we have cows like right up the fucking street, so you gotta ask yourself why. But yeah, it's right now you can get filet mignon cheaper than you can get fucking ground meat.
Well,
you can buy the filet as a whole.
I haven't checked the
Or a half,
filet prices up here, but my new route to work, it's back roads through here, and it's farm. Every other farm. It's all farm country. Not a lot of it has cows. Most of it is agricultural, like corn and stuff, things to feed cows. But we're surrounded by it, so the beef prices around here have been stable throughout COVID and everything. So that's the only bonus to where we are. I don't know why I mean, I don't think our ground beef is over $5.99 a pound right now.
Well,
if you get the Angus stuff and the grass fed stuff, it's $7.99 and $8.99 a pound. But regular old, cut ground beef is $4.99.
Now, if I go to the Claiborne Hill store, which is uses all local beef, you can ground meat in there for $4.89 a pound. You can get
there you go.
Filets. A half a filet mignon cost you $35. You'll get 8 2-inch filets out of it for $35. Well, if you wanted to buy a single filet a cut, it's $18.90 a pound. If you want to get a premium, it's $26 a pound.
Yeah.
So,
and I've usually seen up here the filet mignon at the Martin's. Martin's is like giant grocery stores in Maryland, Virginia. It's the same company. It's $11.99 a pound for the filet mignon, and you buy one $11.99 pound. I could probably cut 5 or 6 steaks out of that, no problem.
Yeah, well, so when you get the halves, it's usually 4 or 5 pounds, but it's like I said, it's only $35. You can get as much as 50, but when you buy a 50 one, you'll get 10 or 11 nice steaks out of it. When I buy the rack of the ribeyes, it costs me $140. I get 14 to 16 2-inch thick ribeyes out of it. I mean, we're talking ribeyes like this, people.
Yes.
Playtime ribeyes.
Yummy, delicious steaks.
So it comes out to about $10 a steak for in ribeye. Now 2-inch thick.
That's not bad.
That's you can't get a 2-inch thick ribeye anywhere in this country for less than about.
If you go even to like the cheapy places, the Longhorns and the Texas Hold'em, steakhouses, the cheapest steaks are $24.99 a plate. And at $24.99, you're not getting just steak. Yeah, you're getting like maybe a potato and another side, or endless breadsticks, whatever the restaurant does.
I kind of miss all the family steakhouses. They're all pretty much gone now.
And the prices have gone even the family burger joint. If you go to Red Robin, which makes it's a decent burger. Now they've changed their cooking. Before it used to be it was pink, no pink. Now it's they do it by temperature. But it's like $15 for a cheeseburger now. There, it's like $15.95. You get endless French fries at Red Robin, and you can have them with the Old Bay spice or without. And they have specialty drinks, and it's a fun atmosphere. But I mean, if I'm going to be paying $15 for that and endless fries, I don't need endless fries. I just go to McDonald's and I'm going to pay $15 anyway.
Yeah, well, down here, if you want to go to like Frost Top and get a real Frost Top burger, which is one of these 50s burgers. First off, the burgers are this big around. They're the original.
Good Lord.
This bun, the Frost Top bun used to be the Whopper bun and the quarter pounder bun. That shows you how much smaller they've gotten over the years. So when I started working for Mickey D's as a manager, the quarter pounder bun was this big around. Today, it's this big around.
Yeah, they're small.
And it was actually bigger. The quarter pounder bun was actually bigger than that before.
The one improvement they did from the 60s and 70s on the size of the quarter pounder is the new quarter pounder with cheese here at McDonald's. At least it has artificial flavoring, so it tastes good.
Yeah, but anyway, the Frost Top uses 100% pure beef, 100% pure cheese. Everything's fresh, clean. Everything's local. It's a fabulous seeded bun hamburger. Frost Top, they helped with hoppers, and they were at one time they were all over the country, and then oh, and they were famous for their root beer. That's where Aubrey's got the idea for their root beer at.
Yeah.
It's they're still famous for their root beer and their shakes, but now it's $21 for a hamburger, seasoned fries, and a drink. It's all large, but still, it's $21 for a fucking hamburger. It's ridiculous.
And
Even Wendy's, the other day I stopped. I was going to get me a double cheeseburger at Wendy's, fries, and a Coke. It was $18. I'm like, excuse me, for Wendy's? You fucking stupid. I'm going to go buy a real hamburger for that. I mean, I can go get a freaking po' boy this big for $18. If I want to spend another $5, I can go get a muffalata. That's freaking big.
They're going up exponentially. Chipotle is going up. I think it's up in this region. It's $17, $18, $19 for a burrito now. Jersey Mike's for if you go for the number 13, Giant, I think it's $18.95 now for that submarine, the full size 18-incher.
I tell you what I miss is illegal burrito.
We never had that.
Oh man, illegal burrito is great. Well, first off, illegal burrito, when you walk in, they got it. I mean, you just tell them what you want in your burrito. But the burritos are usually about this long and usually about that big around, man.
Nice.
Now, when I first started eating there, they were $10. I think they're 14 now. But the
it's still better than Chipotle.
2 pounds. You know what? We tried to eat at Chipotle twice. Both times we went in, the food tasted like it was burnt starch, like it overheated the pan or something. And Panda was the same way, so I never ate in either one again. Then all of a sudden, Chipotle started having health problems, and it got salmonella and other problems. So I was like, fuck them, I ain't eat there. And then a friend of mine said he went in and the food was always cold and it was expensive. I said, fuck it, it's not worth it.
I'm on their website right now.
I never understood going to Chipotle anyway. There are much better restaurants. No, Jack, what do you mean Chipotle? Chipotle's not Chinese.
No, he's absolutely right. So Chipotle, when they first came out there, I thought they were fairly good. They were $7, $8 for a burrito. Right around the corner from me in Hagerstown is a place called I forget the name. Mama Pupuserias. And the lady makes an $11 burrito. It's not quite as big as Chipotle, but it's sizable, and it's $11, and it's awesome. It's awesome. That's all I can say about it. It's awesome.
What do you mean? When I was a kid, if you spend 50 cents on a burrito when I was a kid, you were spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh no, we got the guy that makes the tamales now. When I was a kid, they used to sell them in a cart on the side of the road or a van. He eventually he opened his own little corner restaurant thing up. You couldn't even get him there. The fucking line was down the street and around the block. You had to go find one of his little carts to get them. Oh, they were great. Manuel's hot tamales. They were freaking fabulous.
Man, they're all. I'm on their website. They're all in downtown Louisiana. There's none over here. Illegal burrito. I went. And,
oh yeah, it's a great burrito.
It looks good. The food looks really good.
I was surprised. A friend of mine drugged me in there. My son told my stepson about it, and then they drugged me in there to eat one day. And Pam's like, Jesus, look at us, son. You could kill somebody with this burrito. I mean, it was big, dude. I was surprised. It was massive. I ate I said, well, I'll eat half. I didn't even eat half. I ate a third, and just wrapped the rest. I brought it home with me. I'm like, shit.
It took me, I think, several years to work up to finishing an entire Chipotle burrito off.
It's but they're good eating. No, we're out of here. We're going, but we had to have a little food porn. There's always a little food porn.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to feed food smashed all over somebody else. Chocolate whipped cream and strawberries. Denise, do you want chocolate whipped cream? I don't want to know. I don't need to know. Look at this young one in the chat room. She's evil. It's Casey. She's 17, so y'all can't talk to her.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to be like Epstein and get Casey in trouble. No, I meant she likes 17. You got that wrong. No, you got that wrong. No, she's into 17-year-old guys. He said you're gonna act like 17. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Y'all making me say God's name in vain. Stop it, bad people. I'm telling you. I'm trying to be
I don't
good
hear
now.
no lightning strikes.
I don't know. But anyway, you see, we weren't even supposed to go this late. Now it's all late. So anyway, I'm going to get some food. People go to bed. It's past
I'm
y'all's
going to sleep
bedtime.
probably.
Yes. No, I think I'm just going to eat. I made some cinnamon rolls earlier. I'll probably go snack on them and get some rest. I'm on Arthur's Quill tomorrow. Matter of fact, both writers of the future winners tomorrow are Arthur's. And their first place winners, first place winner authors. So y'all be sure to come out and check them out. And then tomorrow afternoon, we were scheduled to talk a little bit more about Epstein, but I don't know if we'll actually get to it or not because it really doesn't hold as big an interest. For the Democrats, it seems to have a huge interest. For the rest of the country, they don't really seem. I mean, we haven't got hardly any feedback on it or anything. I was watching other news medias today. I didn't see it in any of the European news at all. I barely, on as far as Republican news goes or conservative news goes, it wasn't there at all. CNN took up for him. CBS took up for him. I was fucking in shock.
Wow.
No, people, you can ask me, I was in shock. I didn't even know what to think. But anyway, on that note, I want to tell everyone thank you for tuning in to United Public Radio and the news on the flip side. What do you mean? Oh, I'll tell Casey you're 19, but I don't know. Are you female? You're both. I don't think she goes that way. What do you like, a trans? No, I don't think so. I don't. She may hurt you, dude. You better be careful. No, I think so. I mean, she snatch you up, and you might truly be a girl afterwards. I'm just trying to help you out, man. Yeah, but if you ever watch DC's Legends, she's like the girl that plays the captain. Yeah, she's a ninja.
Ooh.
She'll ninja your ass.
Ninja chick.
No, we gotta go, guys. Stop messing around. Actually, no, she's a friend of mine. She would slap you around, though. Anyway, on that note, we got to go. Again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and News on the Flip Side. I hope you enjoyed the show. Again, Sean will be back with us tomorrow, so he's.
I may run a little late. I got
He
friends
had,
coming for games, but I should be there as well.
Yeah, he had some lung surgery, and he's recovering from the surgery. So, and yeah, he needs to rest. Look, man, getting a node taken out of your lung is not an easy task.
Yeah, he just had lung surgery, and he's got 2 sets of girlfriends. They're both twins. One set of girlfriends is 21 years old. The other set is 23 years old, and he's in his early 60s. And so
he's older than I am, man. I mean,
you gotta give those girls a chance for him to catch up,
Yeah. A finger lollipop. I don't even want to know.
Yeah, no, that's
good night, sweetie. I don't want to know about your finger lollipop. I want to know. No, I'm not looking. Anyway, we're getting out of here, people. Good night, everybody. Oh God, I want to know about